Live. Hi, everybody.
Howdy, ho!
We're back, and I've dressed up our super white avatar as a Persian. That's not offensive.
Our fancy pearlescent Persian. I love it.
Yep. So, I know I was talking about in the last stream how I wanted to go ahead and show you what the kind of late mid game was like, or mid to late game. You know, words. So I went ahead and actually just kept our game and just played it for another 100 or so turns. So now we're at a turn 192, which is 108 turns away from when the game forces you to end. So I figured that's a very nice chunk of time for us to see how the game has developed and how we can kind of carry it to the end. So I'll just go ahead and hit continue.
So the game force ends at 300 turns. How do you remember how many turns we did the last stream?
I feel like if we hadn't gotten to 100, we got into like the 90s. I did lose track there. I do have a save game from that time, so I could go back and check, but I want to go ahead and say it was the 90s or 100. I do remember we left off in the early medieval age. Which was the third era, and at this moment with the Persians, I've taken us to the 5th era. So there's still one more era to get to, and then that's when we're all just kind of racing to get as much fame as possible.
I see. I'm not sure if I. Oh wait, I don't know if I've lost a picture for you. I feel like I see the menu. I thought I saw a loading screen for like a second, but it keeps blinking away. Gotten back to the menu.
It might just be Discord and the game not knowing how to talk to each other. I'm still on a loading screen, so once I get out of that, we'll check to see how that's going.
But hey, folks, welcome everybody.
Yeah, hello, Tucker White, Darth Spirit. Sorry.
If you weren't here for the last stream, Humankind is another 4X game where we're starting as humans' infancy and then making our way to more advanced worlds. We don't really start as a civilization in this. We kind of get to pick what our civilization, like kind of our inspiration, or what we're kind of going as throughout time. And what did we start with? I can't believe I've already forgotten.
We started.
Were we Egyptian first?
I think we were Egyptian. The good news is I can pull this up and actually check to see what we were. It doesn't tell me the name. It just gives me the I thought this was a shortcut. I was wrong.
Also, I'm guessing it was just goofy while it was loading because it looks.
Oh, okay. Here we go. I can go back this way. So you are seeing all of this. Mm-hmm. Okay, yeah. So we had the Neolithic era where we were just nomadic tribes wandering around. Then we went to the ancient era with the Egyptians. We got the nice clothes here. We went to classical with the Exumites. I think this is where we left off. I feel like this is where we left off.
I remember that costume. I don't remember us really doing anything like this.
So after that, I decided it was a good idea to kind of go whole hog on all of the civilizations that were focused on money builds. So after that, I went to the Byzantines, the famous Second Roman Empire.
We will be the richest people on the planet.
And then in the early modern, I went with the Venetians, which honestly, the one time the clothing kind of fits the guy, I feel like.
Yeah, all right. I'd see that guy wearing that.
And then right before we started the stream, I had taken us into the industrial era with the Persians. So there's still one more era to get to, the contemporary era. And then after that, it is just a race to see how much fame you can get before the game ends.
And whoever's the most famous in the contemporary era wins.
And sadly, we are actually a bit behind. We are third, and actually the civilization that is in first has already reached the contemporary era. And unfortunately...
So they're way in first.
And guess which one is the winner right now?
Uh-oh.
Yeah, there's who I'd forget. I don't know what to call it. I mean, now they're the Siamese, but they've taken over their continent pretty much.
I feel like that might be like one of my issues with this game is that like your nation, I feel like never really gets a name.
It's
kind of just like it's this identity. Now they have shifted into another name.
I think
no point we keep it consistent.
Yeah, ideally they wanted you to pin the name with the avatar. So like this would be Quinn or introspective spy civilization, and then as you talk to the other empires, it's like, this isn't the English, it's Boudica's civilization.
Okay.
Or Wei-Long Sar. You see the problem? It's
see.
just these names that you're probably supposed to pair with these people, but the names just aren't memorable. I remember the Aztecs more than I remember Arjuna.
Yeah.
So yeah, and also another note, if it does seem like there's kind of like a steamrolling of fame, like, because I have focused really hard on just getting as much. I'm making 1,500 gold a turn, and that's without even counting the trade deals I could set up to get more. Yet I'm still third when it comes to fame, and I just do not know if there's any way to get ahead, because the only thing I can do is just do what this civilization is best at, which for the Persians, actually, since I flipped over to industry, is building a whole bunch of stuff. But unfortunately, our allies, which you remember were the Babylonians when they first started out, have decided that they're done picking on what's left of the Persian/English. This was the people that kind of grew up in this area. I actually took one of their cities, which is why I called it Persian Lament. But now they're fighting us, so they're actually besieging our capital right now.
Our former friends are now foes.
Yeah, and that's kind of, so. If you go ahead and look at this, the fact that they declared war on us while we still had so many treaties in place, obviously now it's collapsed to nothing. Our war support suddenly catapulted up to as high as theirs was, even though originally it was hovering around 50. So that's kind of one way you make sure you don't have allies immediately stabbing you in the back. But it doesn't matter, because Wei-Long Sari decided to do it anyway, while most of my armies were still trying to make sure we could fend off war with the Siamese. So while I do have a bit of a foothold on this new continent here, with just one big city from the Dutch up here, which is the same civilization we're at war with, again, with the thing, it's hard to pair the names with whoever you're fighting. So we have a pretty solid colony base over here, but now our capital, Cincinnati too, has been left somewhat vulnerable. So even though I have like stone walls and a nice garrison, our army is just slightly weaker than what they're attacking us with. And they've even dragged Persian Lament into the war just because the battlefield is so huge, because the armies fighting are so big. So what I've been trying to do is get some reinforcements into the battle, but...
From Velzna.
Yeah. Oh, and so speaking of, you'll notice how some of the cities have custom names, some of them don't. I have not actually settled a new city since the last stream. I have just been gobbling up.
Only conquering others.
Yeah, I've just been gobbling up independent cities with influence, and that's how I got Mogadishu and Pinjvalar. So these two cities will need custom names because I am keeping them. But Valenza is actually a city I'm trying to get absorbed by Cincinnati, and I have to have a whole lot of money to do it, but what it essentially does is turn that city into kind of a very developed territory, like what we were doing with these outposts. So it's a great way to kind of keep your cities under the cap, because, and I was wrong about this in the last stream, and people pointed out in the comments, having more cities than your cap doesn't make them all unstable, but it decreases the influence you're gaining. Now, if you're gaining enough influence, like I'm 2 cities over the cap, but I'm still gaining 300 influence a turn. Imagine how much higher that would be if I was able to, say, gobble up Valenza and knock this down to 5 out of 4, or even 4 out of 4, and completely negate the negative effect.
So basically, just kind of like absorbing a slightly less efficient city to super like beef up our capital. Okay.
Yes, and that would finally allow Cincinnati to have, I think, 4 territory, essentially a territory for every single territory bordering it would be part of the city.
Gotcha. Well, cool. Well, that sounds awesome. Also, with those with those cities that we need to have renamed at some point, if you are a subscriber, you have the right to name a city. Just at me at Master Wuggle or at Master WGS. I will look for messages angled at me telling me to rename cities. Also, thank you for some resubbers here in the chat right now. Trivia Loves, Shrouded Death, Hangry Giant, and CM Sully. Thank you all very much.
So, like I said, at the moment, the biggest problem is trying to make sure Cincinnati doesn't fall, because while it doesn't immediately mean the Dutch conquer it, it does mean we lose the ability for the capital to produce anything. And the one sad thing I wish I didn't have, I wish I'd shown on stream, because I actually was able to do it a few turns after we ended, was win the war against what at the time were the Persians, and that's how I got this city. And so I could have shown you how you kind of use the war support you've gained during the war to negotiate victory terms. So is there anything I could do right now to make things a bit better? Let's go ahead and attach that to Mogadishu and set up some mines. Is there anything else I can move to Cincinnati to support it? You're not building much right now, so I'm going to actually have you switch over to... Oh, and now that I've gotten this late in the game, I do actually have a settler unit, which if I choose to, it could go set up a city with actually an established industry base. Like you can see here, an advanced colony means it actually starts with some population and some industry bonuses. I don't have to build it up from scratch. But I think this late in the game, with so much of the map filled out, I wouldn't use them, except maybe down here.
Seem like a great move.
Alright, so build those guys. Maybe one crossbowman, but they won't be ready anytime soon. Alright, so yeah, let's go ahead and end the turn. Oh, okay, you guys are also busy. I don't want these guys to fight me, and I'm rich, so congrats, you're in part of the army now. Now, actually, why don't you guys head over there? Now that your movement's spent. Alright, whatever. Because if I can take this Dutch city, that's going to really start hurting them where it matters.
It's going to get them where it counts.
Right, yeah, because even if like this city has had nothing to do with any of my grievances against the Dutch, which is how we kind of measure. Yeah, we measure our war goals. But if I can at least occupy a Dutch city, it makes their war support automatically start going down.
Just make things a little bit more peaceful in the land.
Oh, well, this battle seems to be going well. And also, it makes the battle start even before I'm back in here having control of the units, which is kind of unfair.
Don't mind me just recording some city name suggestions from people. I know we don't have a ton, but eventually. So what kind of units are we working with now that we're in the industrial era? I heard
we're actually kind of behind the tech curve since I haven't been picking any civilizations with bonuses to science. So while actually they're coming at me with arquebusiers and knights and kind of heavy cavalry units, most I've got are crossbowmen, pikemen, still kind of 16th century stuff.
Yeah, I was gonna say that sounds a little bit behind the industrial era.
Yeah,
also,
and
Ollie Collie Wally.
Yeah,
like,
and
we have the human kind of unit.
It is worth noting that the Dutch were able to keep some science bonuses from starting as the Babylonians, so they've had a bit of an edge over us. In fact, we've been getting a couple of osmosis events where we've been getting science boosts at a couple of our cities. Actually, I don't want... Can I get these units to reinforce? Good, because I need as much help as I can get.
Real quick, this is related to nothing, but my phone just gave me a notification from Google Pay saying, say hi to friends with money, and I don't get what they're telling me to do.
That is weird.
I mean, they used emojis, so it's say wavy thing, to friends, like a wavy hand, to friends with, and then a dollar sign. So it's like, say hi to your friends you haven't talked to by sending them $5.
And you can
I like the sounds units make in this more than Civ. Hearing the war cries and the come on shouts is good.
Well, and you saw how well our low tech did us there, since that army was kind of one generation behind and just got completely wiped out. So let's see, what else can I spare? Let's actually have you guys move back. You guys move up and fight the spearmen.
Rally, men!
Luckily, as long as we have the walls up, these horse units can't get into the city limits. So really, we just have to make sure their infantry can't get across. Now, the problem is...
So unmounted units can just walk through walls?
Yeah, I don't know what the logic there is. The idea is that if you besiege a city and you have the right technology, you can actually start building siege units to knock down the walls. And at that point, that's when your cavalry can come in. But the infantry can just always do it. I don't know what the conceit is. I guess they can just climb. They always have ladders. It's the Warhammer Total War strategy.
It's tougher to stop a little dude climbing over a wall versus a man trying to bring his horse.
And the biggest problem here is they have like rank 2 arquebusiers, and those guys have been devastating. Like every time they have a turn, a unit dies. So I can't really do much, but maybe hold out until another city can send a good tech army.
Quinn, is there a chance that we allied with the former Babylonians, giving them tons of money and power, and then they turned around and used it on us?
Well, we didn't give them much. We honestly just shored up our... We just didn't have to worry about our southern border for so long. And while we were at war with the Persians, it seemed like the right idea. But now the English are the ones so desperate to live, they're trying to curry favor. And the Babylonians have come back going, well, we're kind of tired of living in your shadow.
Alas, Babylon, I thought this friendship would last longer. Also, thank you, Blue Shirt, for the resub.
Haha, you can't come down through our walls. March around all you want, you can't get in.
Alright, Seabiscuit, look at that wall. You can jump it, I swear. Just run, baby, run. I can't make her do it.
Yeah, they can still win the battle if they kill all of our units, but luckily we had a lot of them. Have you guys move back. You move up. Take out these guys. I haven't told you guys to move. What are you doing over here?
You stay right there.
Oh wait, those are enemy units. That won't kill them. Yeah, and they immediately deleted a unit.
Just disintegrated. We need to get our boys to be a little smarter.
Well, the good news is we have a whole bunch of saltpeter in the Empire. I just have to get to the tech level where I can use it. Mutually assured destruction there.
Okay, yeah. Fight to the last breath, boys.
Okay, well, that battle can at least keep on going. What about... And you guys are just scouts. What are you doing for me? Nothing.
Scouting!
Just out of curiosity, what would she... Oh, wait, why are all of you...
Your empire is an enigma.
Well, what do you want? I don't... Go away.
You have my ear. For a time.
Man, they are not happy about oppressing their faithful.
So wait, is this all about religion? Is this what is...
No. These are the Aztecs. The Dutch are fighting us for...
What do you do? In every sense.
Oppressing their faithful. Wait a minute, you didn't have a city over here until after I made these colonies. What's going on here? What is the religion look like on this side? Oh, it's all the Harappan shamanism. I'm gonna have to work on getting our Egyptian shamanism over here. Time for some stone circles, guys.
You gotta calm this stuff down.
Ah, see, now those are the big numbers I want.
Talon's asking if we're conquering the world.
We're trying.
What we're doing is that?
I mean, we've got a foothold here, but the problem is these guys are always going to be a pain to deal with, and we're barely holding off this smaller power.
I mean, I feel like we're not really conquering. We're playing much more a defensive fight at this point. We just wanted to make money and be famous.
Yeah. Well, we're definitely making a whole lot of money.
We've gobbled up some independent cities for sure, but, you know, They hailed to no one. That's us taking pieces off the board, not hitting anyone.
Well, luckily, the specialty district we got from our Persian civilization has given us some money and industry boost. But I didn't notice that because the battlefield was so big, this city was also taken off the board for producing units.
Oh no!
So it's pretty much up to Lenza to make units for the battle, and it is not going well. In fact, yeah, you're gonna have to... There, use the money for that. But then after that...
Ooh, Town of the Dragon with 100 bits. Congratulations on getting your second vaccine shot. Asking how long until the super soldier serum takes effect. You have to wait 48 hours if you don't notice any difference. I'm sorry, you are not among the chosen. However, you are still safe.
You're among the elite.
Yeah.
Alright, you know what? I'm desperate enough that it's worth building these 2 units right now. Like, I need something to go after those arquebusiers. Yeah, start moving. I don't... of course your movement's spent. Alright.
Jubberwocky, we are, I would say, one of the 3 top superpowers. However, the number 1 superpower is like a super duper power.
Yeah, just to compare fame, the number 1 spot has pretty much double the amount of fame we have, and the person we're in like we're 3rd, but we're like almost what,
like
20?
Yeah,
it's like 20 fame behind the second spot. And that's the Aztecs who lucked out
as
on
far
beating...
as the race to build the greatest empire goes, you're within reach of the very top.
No, I'm not. That's a lie. They're one whole era of history in front of me.
We can maybe see a light at the end of the tunnel.
Alright, is there anything over here I can do to help with this battle?
Ooh, Shardley, thank you for the resub and gifting some subs, as well as Alaskan Hero. Thank you for subbing too. Nimbus. It's a fun city name. Speaking of, I've got a couple city names if we've got cities that...
Oh yeah, no, we've got a couple, so what you got?
All right, first up, Major Crow OJ would like this city to be called Tequilandia. So like tequila and then N-D-I-A afterwards.
Sorry, someone just started calling me, so I got Landia, but what was the first part?
Tequilandia. So like tequila and then N-D-I-A. T-E-Q-U-I-L-A.
T-A.
N-D-I-A.
Okay.
Tequilandia.
So I actually don't drink that much tequila, so I don't really know how to spell it. Is that
T-E.
T-E, okay. Is that anywhere close to how it was spelled?
Landia, an I between the T.
Okay.
There we go.
Got it.
Beautiful.
All right, now for Mogadishu.
This one, Parsifal wants oops, but there are 3 O's in oops. So, O-O-O-P-S. Oops. Yes, I like the exclamation point. And we've got one more.
We could rename Persian Lament, because that was on my call, but Velzna is just not long for this world.
Okay, well, I say we keep Persian Lament to, commemorate our foes who were there before. But the next, if we get another opportunity, we will have another name. Not a high city number game, this one. I've also never been a big tequila guy, so I'm not exactly sure.
Yeah, I had a couple of shots once for my cousin's
Yeah.
21st birthday. It was like, no, because I don't drink to get drunk, so I really only drink something that's pleasant, which is not tequila, at least not straight tequila.
I often do drink to get drunk, but I am also a big baby when it comes to tasting things I don't like, so I still want to have a good tasting drink. I'll just drink too much of it, then have way too much sugar in my stomach and throw up later. I'm digging this vibe we got with the music.
You should listen to this.
Yeah, it does seem to give you some updates depending on what civilization you pick. Because I was playing when I was playing the Byzantines, I was getting something much more. I don't even know the right word for it. It was not classical, but
like was it like? Well, you saying classical? I was thinking like way like ancient, like Gregorian chanty, but you probably mean more like an orchestra.
I swear when I was listening to it, it was like it was doing like Istanbul, but Constantinople, but it's Istanbul, but it was like more phrased in a more older instrumentation, so it was weird. Okay, do you have any movement left? Because I want you to move. Oh, they're rented. Got it. That was the problem. Yeah, I want. Okay, so you ransack that. Well, we're at war with them, so I'm not too surprised.
CM Sully asking everyone's favorite cocktail. I usually go for a rum and coke, but amaretto sour, their personal favorite, also very good choice.
It's this piece right here, but it's not the Istanbul. This one makes me think of Rasputin.
Okay. No, I've definitely heard this song. This must like what I mean, you know, not that it wouldn't be a real song either way, but this must be like a known piece.
Over there. Let's go. Go!
Well, don't do that.
Pars, I wouldn't exactly say we've got a drinking theme with our city names. That's just what a couple people threw. We also have Grandia and Cincinnati and stuff.
Man, those
Names
halberds
are
are
also
fierce. Halberdiers.
I was trying to figure out a good pun with halberd, but
Yeah, they're just destroying our pikemen in one go.
the hellbirds, more like it. There's that.
And the problem is they're anti-cavalry, so our knights are their tech level, but they're hard countered by them.
Yeah, it's you know, we're going into this fire gym with all of our grass Pokemon type thing.
All right, you just defend. You two. I want to see what they do. Oh, just kill you. Okay.
Ah! This is what they do! Why would you leave us, oh lord?
Okay, how deadly would that be? So they have 42 against a 54. And it's 32 against a 46. So they both suck.
All our numbers are bad.
Well, luckily these are mercenaries, so it's not like we're throwing away our own population at this problem.
Here we go.
And just think the Siamese could be throwing tanks out any day now.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, we need to never be in direct conflict with them if we can help it.
We won. Kind of.
But at what cost? Say our knights surrounded by their fallen comrades.
So the thing is, because I've been dealing with such a high city cap, I've fallen way behind on buying civics, and it still seems like I'm not getting enough influence to purchase anything. Which means when it comes to a few of these extra, like little we're falling behind. So, and I still don't have enough to buy any of them because they'd be shiny if that were the case. And now we have to go.
We still can't do it.
Now we're back here with honestly the battle just going terribly. The only saving grace being that the only infantry they have left is their riflemen.
Da, da, da. Da, da, da. Getting an Undertale vibe from this song.
Yeah, and every shot they take, they delete a citizen.
That's right, because our population is like tied to our units or something, right? Like that's how
Every time it seems like even the price goes up, the more advanced the unit. But yeah, every unit costs at least one population in your city. Ideally, because you'd think you wouldn't have the same problem you have in Civ, where you make a pretty industrious city, and then that just keeps churning out units every turn.
That does work because, like, oh god.
Oh, it's just I'm thinking I might be able to get this battle to go one more turn, but if every single turn these guys shoot down another garrison unit, and I'm not able to send anything else into the fight.
Doesn't seem like a good return on our investment. Thank you, Talon of the Dragon, gifting 10 subs. Welcome, everybody.
Oh, thank you, Talon.
You are now an esteemed part of Humankind that also has a subscription to Team 4 Star's Twitch. But yeah, I was gonna say I kind of like. At first, I wasn't sure if I would dig it, but the units like needing to use population to build them. Something I do kind of hate whenever I am playing aggro in Civ is just the sheer number of units it becomes to just micromanage. And like, while it can be fun to overwhelm with numbers and feel like you've just got this giant army, it gets really tedious to take every turn. So kind of forcing a weird cap in there, I think that makes a lot of sense. Saving your players from themselves, basically.
Why go? What are you doing?
We don't want to climb the hill. It's steep. We're tired from all this war.
So did that... Okay, they were definitely in the battle. So what's going on? Units are awaiting your orders. Okay, well, these guys, I want to go kill these knights.
Regis Aquila, thank you for the resub. 56-month streak. Been there since the start.
Uh-oh, the gunmen are in the city.
The gunmen, they're here!
Fortunately, we've got tech parity with the knights, since we now have halberdiers of our own. But these guys are still, like... It's almost like cavemen against a helicopter with these.
Okay, yeah, I was looking at the gunmen and I was trying to see what kind of guns they're using. Looking at muskets, basically.
Okay, good. One knight unit down. We're coming back. All right.
We're doing it. We're returning.
So I want you up here. So yeah, these guys can pop up, and then you. Will that kill you if I have you attack that? No. It'll be hard, but you can do it.
Come on!
Okay, so, and as long as these units are on the field and these guys haven't gotten to this flag, we're still in the fight. But unfortunately all these guys can do is defend and immediately get killed. And
I thought the walls would protect us!
They did. For the longest time, they did.
They told us if we stayed within the walls, we'd be safe.
Go ahead and do this. Is that enough to kill them? No.
Of course not. Of course not.
But the battle will still continue. And I have you guys defend. And we've kept it going for another turn. Alright, I don't...
The battle continues!
I don't think I can wait that turn. Well, you guys aren't going to be able to get close anyway. It's still worth it. Come on, let's go.
This must be like a classic Persian song, because I know I've heard this song in Civ, and it was probably when Persia was on the map somewhere.
Well, every time this music piece comes up, all I think is like one of the chorus lines for Rasputin. It was a holy hero.
Okay. My only, well, not only, I know he was a real person, but my only real frame of reference for Rasputin is the villain in the movie Anastasia.
I've actually been listening to a podcast that covers important revolutions in history, and he's doing the Russian Revolution right now, and it was a few weeks ago that he covered Rasputin's killing. And honestly, it's just, he built up such a legend because his assassins just sucked.
Yeah,
It's
they just kept bungling it, right?
well, it's like, so the first idea was, okay, we'll invite him to a party where he gets poisoned. No one apparently got covered who was going to poison him, because they just watched him put food away, and it's just like,
Drinking all of the wine
wow,
and eating all the food, and he's fine.
yeah, he's just eating all this food and he's perfectly fine. It's like, no, it's not that he has some holy tolerance. You guys never bothered to poison the food. And so
Tim,
they,
you poisoned him, right? No, I left it to Luke. Luke, you did it, right? I told Jimmy to do it.
Yeah.
Jimmy, he didn't even come to the party.
yeah, so just change that for a whole bunch of noble Russian names, and that's pretty much it. And so then they beat him up and didn't beat him to death, so they just left him in the cellar, and then they shot him, but they didn't shoot to kill. I don't know what was with their firearm discipline, but
We
yeah.
shot him so many times in the hand, and he's still going.
Yeah. So that was botched. And yeah, I know. We're at war with these people. I don't care if we get more grievances. And so at that point, they finally shot him and he died. But when they were trying to dispose of the body, they thought, oh, we'll take it over to this bridge, push it into the river, and then the river, he'll sink in the river and or be taken downstream. Nope. They pushed him over the side, of course, just leaving a whole bunch of blood on the railing. And then he just smacked into part of the, kind of like the LA River, where it's there's a big concrete channel around it.
Yeah,
just slammed into that. Didn't even make it into the water. And so the cops just look at that and go, did you guys just kill Rasputin? And, these were nobles. Some of them were Romanovs. And they just went, yeah. Because at that point, he had built up such a negative reputation for manipulating the royal family. And of course, the royal family wasn't in good graces, at least the ones directly related to the Tsar, because they had botched the war, World War One. So they're kind of just a whole bunch of, well, murder's bad, but we don't like Rasputin. So it kind of turns into Alexandria, the Tsarina, going, well, my friend's dead, and everyone seems to just be okay with it. So it just furthered the divide between the royal family and everyone else.
Huh.
So it's just kind of tragic. But yeah, no, it was like, you have this myth of Rasputin being so resistant to killing, when really his assassins were incompetent.
Just had a bunch of people inexperienced with murder, it sounds like.
Yeah. I mean, these were rich people. If they wanted people dead, they usually had someone else do it for them. Okay, so what can I do right now? Move
So
the
what's
armies.
the historical reference of his talking bat friend Bartok?
I don't know. I think that was very much it wasn't even. That was like a Don Bluthism, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, it wasn't Disney at the time.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm pretty sure it was a Bluth film. It has that look to it.
There was no proof that Rasputin was actually bedding the Empress. There was a common dig at the time by the people who didn't like him. So of course the rumor spread like wildfire.
Well, all I know is in the dark of the night, terror will find him.
Boom, boom, boom.
The music in that movie, I think, is top notch. Like, that is one of the,
honestly,
in my opinion, soundtrack better.
I got a lot of whiplash from it because I was Once Upon a December is just such like a fairy tale piece that I really like it. But some of the other ones, like you have Dark of the Night, you have Once Upon a December, but that whole movie was filled with songs. Do you remember any of them?
Okay, so let's see. I remember.
Oh no! I do remember one. I remember the one right after, like, the whole intro, where everyone in Russia was complaining about how much the Soviet Union sucked, and it's like they never.
Petersburg is a fucking banger.
Yeah, no, they're just trying to remember why they revolted. When of course it was dark magic.
St. Petersburg is gloomy. St. Petersburg is bleak. Yeah, my underwear's got frozen standing here all
Yeah,
day.
no, when it comes to the historical accuracy of Anastasia, it's kind of maddening.
Since the revolution, our lives have been so gray, Quinn. Thank goodness for the gossip.
Yeah, I remember it was like a mob of 20 people outside the palace that brought down the entire Romanov dynasty.
Well, they also had an aid of demons or something because of Rasputin.
Yeah.
The only song I remember specifically, like, not thinking was any good, was the song that's basically just all about how great Paris is. That one never really stuck with me, but, like, you know, if I can learn to do it, you can learn to do it, I think is great. Both Once Upon a December and One Step at a Time. Great stuff.
Oh,
Sorry,
the Dutch
I've
are
been
now the
thinking about
British. The Dutch are now the British.
Not the Dutch British, the Dutchish. But yeah, the Anastasia movie's been on my mind lately because apparently that soundtrack not on Spotify. I've been trying to put together a playlist of all of the animated musical movie soundtracks that I know. Ooh, that looked mean.
Well, we're finally doing some good damage to the arquebusiers, but the problem is we still got these knights here too. We might actually finally lift the siege on Cincinnati, but it's cost us dearly. Oh, and there go the crossbowmen. Never mind. And they got a rank in veterancy too. Ugh. Never mind. The battle goes poorly. I'm also noticing that apparently even if you lose the unit, the slot they took up in joining the battle you can't move into until the siege is over.
Oh,
yeah, like you see,
yeah, like replenish.
Yeah, I had the two halberds enter here, and now I can't move anything into that space. I had that one crossbowman move here. Yeah, and I can't have anyone move to that space, so I have to move the crossbowmen specifically here, or they can't join the battle unless I like move them down here.
I don't know if I shouted these out, but Regis Aquila and Gamarnia, thank you both for the subs. And a reminder, something I didn't even think about until just now, it is September. So
oh, yeah.
Getting more bang for your buck when you subscribe this month. I think it's what, normally 5 something, and it's 4 this month?
You know, I saw the email, and I don't remember.
Yeah, like had the number breakdown, and where it's just like, hey, just because the subs are less doesn't mean that, you know, Twitch is eating that cost. That ain't going to the streamers, so I'm all about it. Take that money away from Amazon, please.
All right, so we have finally another kind of RP event. An era of grand commerce is upon the Empire. Trade routes riddle the land, which with wares fashioned in one corner, destined for markets in the other. Yet it's not only overland that the goods find customers. Now merchant companies across entire oceans to link markets and make handsome profits. How do you wish to expand their growing power? Laissez-faire would help us get more money on our cities at the cost of some stability. We could nationalize it, which doesn't shift any of our ideologies. Or we could
taxing it. Does it give us more money? That's surprising.
Yeah, I know. Oddly enough, taxing it gives us stability. Huh. And that's only because of the ideology shift.
So I'll defer to your judgment on what you think would be best here.
Really,
I was gonna say tax, but knowing it doesn't give us money takes that away.
Yeah, well, it seems like accepting it is actually the thing that gives us more money, at least incidentally. So I'm gonna go with accept. All right, and now we're making 1,400 a turn.
Ooh, Town of the Dragon connecting everything thematically here. Wait a minute, we just fought so hard for Cincinnati, just like the Russians during the Battle of Stalingrad? It's all connected here. Also, Ekus, thank you for the bit, saying they survived 2 tornadoes this week. Holy crap.
Oh, wow. Where are you that's so much a
Texas
risk?
And sending love to NYC peeps.
Oh, yeah. Have you seen those videos from New York about just the downpour? The flooding seems so extreme.
Is that the hurricane?
I think, yeah, I think it's the leftovers of Ida. I'm not entirely sure, but there was like footage of subways being flooded. Alright, are you... Okay, is anyone actually going over there? You guys are? Okay, so you, I want you to head that way. You two. And then you.
Apparently Eckersforth is in Virginia. So that's where tornadoes have been popping up like daisies. It sounds like.
I
hope that works out, man.
I don't know. I don't know if I want to say that that's Ida. So I'm not sure just how much the remains of Ida spread out, or if what was hitting New York was something else. I'm not too sure. All right, open the battle back up. So I can take out the knight unit, but that means the gunner is going to immediately delete the halberdiers.
Not my dear halberdiers. Hey, Tuckingdorf celebrating their September, giving subs to Trolling Chuckle, Two Stone Slabs, Mekon, Hunter as always, and Kimasobit02. Welcome everybody, and thank you Tuckingdorf for those gifted subs. Happy September, everybody. What's your favorite September carol? I couldn't think of the word. You know, a song we sang in September. I personally love Here We Come a Subbing.
Oh, Subby Night? Oh no, I think that's something else.
Ooh. Quite the anthem. Oh, Subby Night. Thank you, Single Soul, also celebrating their September. Gifting out 5 subs. Inte Dragon, Torrent Dragon,
the entire city is going to
Goggle
turn
Candy,
into an automaton.
Tiger Lily, and the Thunder Titan.
Oh, just die already. Watch the next turn they take, they're gonna wipe out those crossbowmen, and that's gonna hurt me so dearly. Because if they take out those crossbowmen, I'll have nothing else to put in the battle. Well, I can still keep trying to make them, but it's just gonna take forever. How much would it take? Like, if I try to build a small army of them right now. Yeah, okay, pretty much broke. So that's gonna have to do it. Those 2 units.
Don't let them get away. CM Sully also celebrating September, gifting 2 subs. And Trivia Love saying if you stream tomorrow, they'll throw a few gift subs. So
I wasn't able to sub yesterday, but I will be planning to continue the Great Ace Attorney Chronicles tomorrow.
Ooh.
So we
There you
will.
go,
I am
folks.
planning to stream, barring
And
catastrophe.
Top of the Dragon already making goods, gifting some subs right here. What a generous September, everybody. And Just Terrestrial also resubbing. Still not quite a year, but 11 months ain't bad. I'm proud of you. Oh man, Gene Best Heart, are you? I'm out of curiosity. Who here is already feeling the Christmas spirit? What? Like, I mean, I know I was asking for September carols, but like, you still gotta have Halloween, my dude.
Man, yeah, no,
Which
I
even then,
cannot.
having Halloween spirit on freaking September 2nd, like, I like Halloween plenty. Don't get me wrong. You gotta wait till at least halfway through September to start doing that.
I mean, I am so jaded. I do not think about Christmas till after Thanksgiving, and I know that's usually a lot later for people.
I can cop to, like, for me, like, and being in Texas, this has not been the case for a while, but like back in Ohio, it was whenever it started snowing was when I would start doing it. That was when the Christmas spirit would find me. Nowadays, it is like around Thanksgiving is when I'm like, okay, I'm ready to transition into let's get Christmas music playing everywhere. Let's get some lights up.
Oh, man, here it comes. Cincinnati's gonna get occupied.
Cincinnati, no!
Don't make it last so long. Ugh. You know what? From hell's heart, I spit at thee. Attack!
Get him!
Oh, they got one! Oh my gosh, look at 21 units to their 7.
Oh boy. Oh boy.
We can take it back. We've got an army on the way, but...
Yeah, like, are we no longer, let's say, 3rd in the world?
Well, our war support is going to start going down, not only because we lost, but also because they're occupying our city. But our war support's 100, while theirs is 80, and whoever gets to 0 is the one that loses.
Okay.
So it's not too bad, but Cincinnati was one of our best industrial bases, so not being able to use it right now is probably going to hurt us in the long run. But luckily, because it hadn't gobbled up Velzina yet, we can use Velzina to take it back.
Velzina.
Oh yeah, see, we lost about 200 gold a turn. Alright, well, the armies are on the way to take it back, and at the moment there's only that one unit of marksmen there to take it, to hold it, and we can kill them.
It hasn't happened enough to be like an issue or anything, but it's weird. I don't know if it's just something Discord's doing, but I think it's anytime like there's a small loading screen or something, I see the main menu, like the first thing we saw. And
Really?
It's just like it flashes on screen for like a half second, like sometimes when you make decisions.
I've honestly no clue what would be causing that.
I've never seen it do that before, so I have no idea what that is what that's about.
Greetings, Sovereign. Are you with me or against me?
Well, you're like the vassal of the Aztecs. Oh no, did you break free? Oh, you did. Looks like you did. Good for you.
But I think independent.
This is you. Oh, nope. It looks like the Aztecs have just decided to conquer you. So I don't think I care about what you think about
Here
me.
in the 14th hour of mankind.
So we're in alliance with the Aztecs, but I'd have to actually demand they go to war with the British. And if they don't, what happens if they don't? You know what? Let's find out together. Demand.
I'm sure you're amenable to diplomatic change.
Oh, they did not go to war. But they did make a demand that we give them something, which probably is how
Else a
we...
great shadow will fall across your land.
Let me... Well,
A most offensive outrage.
where is it? You say they're demanding something, but they're... Oh, it's here. So if I accept their demands, they should go to war with the British, but they want me to give them territory, which I am not a fan of. Especially since those are two territories that I need for this colony to be halfway decent. So, refuse.
Neither interesting nor desirable.
And they withdrew their demands. So what
Very
does
well.
that mean for fighting the
relinquish.
British? Because I can withdraw mine, but I don't want to. I want you to go to war with the British.
There. Now. have
So-
you
Yo,
learned
thank you,
to fear
Tuckendorf,
me?
for gifting 6 months of subbing to Probably Not a Mayor.
So yeah, no, I still can't make sense of this. There's no way I seem to be able to force them to go to war with the British if they don't want to. All I did was boost our war support, and it's like I don't want to go to war with an ally. So this seems to have accomplished nothing but making them mad at me. I mean, and say what you will about civilization alliances. At least those are like, you know what you're getting.
Yeah, they kind of tell you up front.
All right. I still want to start raising their stuff over here. Ah, and now we've reached the civic where we can just completely nullify all of our religious stuff.
Oh.
Yeah. What kind
I feel
of
like there were a lot of
irreligious
people being
society do we
upset.
want?
I feel like there were a lot of people being upset that we were oppressing their followers or something, or were they just mad at the world for that?
No, that seems to be the quickest grievance you can accumulate, and I'm not sure if this even it does. So if we went with secularism, we do seem to become immune to religious grievances, which would be one big thing off the table. But it does
I don't
mean
mind that.
that we would lose all the benefits we were getting from our state religion, which we had grown to tier 2.
Where, like, what kind of, like, how much of a pain would it be to lose those benefits? 'Cause I
Well,
feel like
nope, that's the
everyone
wrong
hating
thing.
us is a bad thing.
So currently we have, you can see them over here. We have we have +1 faith per just how many people we get, which is just what we get for having shamanism. We have the extra stability for rivers, and then we have a slight discount on enacting civics, but I've already haven't enacted so many. So honestly, losing this, I don't think would be too bad, given my limited understanding of the religions. In fact, there's only 2 religions. The Harappans, which
Just
is...
like real life.
Yeah. and that's probably why these guys... Yeah, the whole new continent is consumed in that. Oh, it looks like even the... you know what? Looks like Egyptian shamanism is just completely lost out anyway, so you know what?
So, hey, get it
It
out
doesn't
there.
even matter.
And like the Egyptians, so too did their religion disappear.
This looks lovely on paper. Let's see how it goes in practice.
Your heresy must.
So these might, I think these are going to stick around, but they do expire after 10 turns, and after that we won't be accruing anymore.
After that, we'll be like, whatever, man. God is dead, and we killed him. And they'll be like, oh, I guess we can't fight with that.
As far as I can tell... Oh, and apparently, well, now apparently people don't like the fact that we haven't adopted Harappan shamanism as our state religion.
You have no religion!
Ugh. You guys are exhausting me.
How dare you separate church and state!
Alright, come on, come on, come on, come on. And they... Nope, they didn't even bother defending the city. They just abandoned it.
Alright, fine. You want it so bad.
It's like they saw the kind of desperate but still big armies coming for the north. It's like, fine, you know what? Take it back. We didn't even want it. We just wanted to teach you a lesson. Lesson somewhat learned. Move that over to... we already have a lot of food production. Yeah, just leave that as is. But we're not making nearly enough money to have... Yeah, we have to get 28. Fine, attach Almark. There. Give us some coffee!
We need our caffeine!
Alright.
What is it?
So, also worth noting, looks like the Siamese, and only the Siamese, are polluting because they're in the contemporary era, and there's a lot of pollution in the air right now.
Uh-oh.
Sadly, doesn't really tell you what pollution does. I just know there's a lot of it.
Well, what can you expect? We're simpletons here in the industrial era, just seeing smog and going like, boy, God sure is doing something weird with the weather right
Yeah, look
now.
at that miasma. It looks really bad.
That God we don't believe in anymore sure is cursing us.
Wait, did they just kill all of our horse? Why did you let the horsemen I should have turned that off, because all the horsemen died. Yikes. Raise it. Alright, go ahead and start merging these armies together.
Tyrosine Terror, being the voice in the woods here, screaming out to the people, pollution is bad. We need to plant plenty of forests. Global pollution impacts the whole map and reduces food production and stability in cities.
Well, luckily we do have a lot. We did get to the point where we can plant forests if we want, and I'd rather not have Cincinnati be doing that since it's right on the end of the war. We do have this larger city up here with nothing to do, so I can go ahead and have it start planting like that. Sadly, we're gonna have to be using a lot of our production for that. Ooh, that stability is not looking good. We have to build a couple of these.
894, thank you for the sub.
Alright, so that's been helping. That helped our city cap issue a bit. Alright, meanwhile, how's our war looking? It's going down. Oh, actually it goes up after we raise an administrative center, so let's not do that anymore. Go ahead and just lay siege to their city.
The Battle of London.
Oh, they immediately want to fight. What? 6 units on that one stack? Well, this is immediately going to be a loss. Retreat.
Turns out they were well fortified. Retreat! Live to fight another day.
Yeah, you know what? I can't have them heal. So, you know what? How far back would they have to fall back to? Pretty far. Actually, no, this is Allied territory. Can I not move them here?
Bravely bolts a Quinn, was forced to run away.
It's re-strategizing. I'm regrouping. But I think you may have found our first September carol.
Yeah. Ah, we all remember the classic September story when the great late brave Quinn ran from the single stack in London.
Hey, I'm at least finally getting to gunpowder warfare, so I can get gunmen of my own.
Our dumb, peaceful nation has only been using this gunpowder for fireworks to celebrate our September parade.
Alright, so you guys will go down here and start holding them off. What? Don't start cutting down forests. We need those. It's the Amazon problem all over again.
They said they want to make more forests. You know what you need for forests? Wood. Let's chop down all this lumber and send it to them.
Well, now you've chased me down with one unit. That's bad on you. And I lost? Because they can only one unit can only pop up at a time. That probably what happened.
Hecker's getting.
How did they not lose a single? What did they attack you with?
Bombs from range.
Ugh. The war goes poorly. Alright, you start healing up too. I'm gonna have those 6 units besiege that. And we'll see how that goes.
Tyrosine saying instant resolution is bad. Automatic battle is okay.
Oh, so starting manual but flipping on automatic battle is how I should do it. Okay. I guess that makes sense. I do not like this unit. I do not like this army down here. If they decide to fight me, I'm gonna probably lose.
2 stone slabs. If we could send our old vampire brigades into these situations, you know it would go different. But this ain't Germany.
Germany is an option for this era. I chose against it because I didn't want to. I didn't want to completely copy our civilization run.
Could have been Germany, and then our friggin' white dude leader would have perfectly fit.
Yeah. All right, Tequilandia. Ooh, that's good. Yeah, go ahead and build that. But then you know what? Why don't you build some forests? Little trio of forests.
Plant them trees.
And then build a carrot, because why not? The walking wounded. Wars, many successfully fought, have been part and parcel of this empire's recent history. Yet those same wars have traumatized many of your soldiers, both physically and mentally. Everything from
Wait, we have to deal with PTSD now?
I guess so. Everything from shell shock to losing limbs has ailed these brave men and women. They hide in the shadows, almost ashamed. Now some have begun to highlight their plight. Oh no, we got documentaries now.
Stop it! Everyone who comes back from war is a glorious hero, and they live happily ever after. We all know that.
Yes, you all lost your tongues in war.
How will we sign them up to fight if they think they'll be sad when they get
So,
home?
luckily we have a whole bunch of money, so honoring is pretty easy. We could also just ignore it if we wanted to shift our ideology a bit, like 1 pip. Like, we can make this money back. Oh, look, we're making almost 3,000 a turn now. I like it.
Oh, yeah.
So, honestly,
all right.
I
Yeah,
just
you
go
know
with
what?
this.
Let's spend it.
Especially since I think some of the cities aren't liking the war going on right outside the walls, so, yeah.
Suddenly, support for
Here,
the war
fireworks!
is becoming more and more difficult to come by.
Oh yeah, that's right. We haven't gotten to the point where we can claim a wonder yet. What wonders can we claim? We lost out on Machu Picchu, but we still have Big Ben, the Eiffel Tower, and the Statue of Liberty.
I'm always a fan of the Statue of Liberty, but
I
have no idea what these do.
So looks like Big Ben gives us plus 20 stability, which is plus 5% science per alliance and empire. We don't. We have 1.
Okay, so a 5% boost.
And 10% on the 10% science boost on the capital. I don't think there's a lot of science going on. Yeah, I think let's see, 121. Yeah, that's not even the capital isn't even the most scientific city. So that's probably not going to be the best kind of boost. Statue of Liberty gives the same plus 20 stability, but also plus 10, just not percent, but plus 10 gold per number of territories in your sphere of influence. I think that's just everything in our borders, which are a lot of territories. That would at least be like 100 to 200. Same thing for science.
Ooh, okay. Maybe that's not a bad idea, because we got quite a few territories, I feel like.
Now, the thing is, the Eiffel Tower does look pretty good, too, because that's plus 1 industry per population. So every single person is giving us plus 1 industry. So I'm kind of torn between these two. Big Ben, I don't think is a big enough boost for what we have built up.
I feel like we're really struggling in science, and I think Statue of Liberty getting us a decent boost there is nice. That said, I don't know if the added industry is like a way we can more quickly pick up on that, I guess.
So the only way to kind of boost science at this point would be to build specific science districts. I've built most of the science buildings for the cities. So I think Statue of Liberty would actually give us the bigger science push. So
then that's what I would call for,
yeah,
just because I feel like war has been a struggle for us because everyone's like teched out, like teching past us.
And more money's always good. If that can get us all the way like 3,000 per turn, it's a great way to fill out all the economic stars. Do it. And you know what? Who has the best industry right now? I think it's Cincinnati, but let's check. 300. Actually, so I think it's actually between Oops and Cincinnati. 334, 351.
Yeah, I think it might be Oops.
All right, so and a perfectly safe place to have it built. No way anyone's invading that. And we can have other cities help out. So you know what? I'll go ahead and rush production on that. But then you're helping out on this. And you know what? Even Cincinnati is going to help. Okay, so we'll have that done in 9 turns. You're going to attack soon. I just know it.
You're just sitting there waiting. Oops, all liberty. Do they still make Oops all berries? That seemed like a limited time.
I definitely have not seen. I actually just went to Target today and I did not see any of that. Alright, so now that you're both healed, beeline it for whatever the heck you would call that city. I can't pronounce it. Go to that city over there. Good luck.
It will be a journey of many miles.
You're helping too. And then after that, maybe you're building this. 35? Oh, I can't have that big a stability toll, though. You'll do that. Actually, also need some food, too. That'll do. Actually, probably better to do that than something that costs me stability. Ooh, it's a cog versus a what? What are you fighting? So they have a Carrick.
A sea monster. Oh.
A Carrick with 45 against my cog with 35. Retreat. Granted, I really only built you for naval exploration, so that's not terrible.
We're just out here looking.
Oh, hey, and you went right back into their territory. Maybe you'll come up here, so I can actually upgrade you. And they immediately attack me again, and this time I can't retreat. You know what? It's probably going to just immediately sink, but I'm going to put it over here, queue up automatic battle, and then run to the restroom. So feel free to have whatever battle commentary you can get for this.
All right. They're swooping in, coming in. Broadside cannons, going fire. It looks... Oh, jeez. Oh, ooh. Well, that did not go well. That was a quick battle indeed. Major Crow suggesting some more city names. While I appreciate it, we are out of cities to name. And you already got a suggestion in today, so don't push your luck. But hey, I love the creativity on display. Don't ever lose that. Oops, all cannons is right, Tyrosine. Man, you know what? Their cannon fight, I was going to talk to Quinn about this, but since he's left me here to vamp, I'll just use this to stretch for time. A game Quinn and I have streamed together quite a couple times. I've been playing a lot of Sea of Thieves on my own free time lately. That game's still real fun. 2 thumbs up from me. You can do a lot of goofy stuff and a lot of emergent fun moments.
It went that poorly, huh?
No, it was almost an instant death. It was rough.
They lost 37 health. Alright, how is that affecting our war support? Now it's pretty much tied, and theirs is going to go up from that victory.
But yeah, that naval battle reminded me. I've been playing a decent amount of Sea of Thieves on my free time lately.
Really?
I still really like that game.
That's good. I've actually haven't touched it much since we did the Pirate's Life thing. I used to put at least 8 hours a week into that, but I fell off.
I've been watching other people play it on YouTube and like picking up tips on how to do combat against other players, so I don't feel so defenseless when I'm out there. And it's been nice.
Oh, I mean, let's not give them free promotion or anything. But who have you been who you been watching? Because I used to watch a couple of them.
Blurbs and Freemason are the 2 guys. Right?
Freemason, I really like. He's
good. Yeah.
He stopped doing Sea of Thieves, which sad because I liked his. I just liked him, but he's playing.
No, yeah, he's got a good personality with it, and the gang he plays with are good. He recently played it again, but I think his most recent videos have not been Sea of Thieves, so I don't know if he's ducking back.
Yeah,
out.
he every time because he streams on Twitch, and I follow him, but most of the stuff he does these days is Escape from Tarkov, which is just not my speed. It seems way too much like PUBG, but you get shot 2 times and you're dead. So I've fallen off of him, but I definitely like his stuff.
But yeah, I've been using all the terms and trying to figure out, doing chain shots to bring down sales first and all that kind of stuff, and actually thinking about how I'm doing things and knowing where all the good hiding spots are on ships, so either I can hide or know where other people are hiding. It's been good stuff.
I assume you've seen the barrel tuck by now, right?
Oh yes, yeah, which is infuriating because apparently that was a prize for leveling up in Season 2, which I didn't play. So I'm just out of luck. I can never tuck in a barrel, I guess.
I think you can buy it. I'm not sure, but I thought you could.
I looked for it and couldn't find it because it seems so good. It's one I would love to have, and I would honestly pay money for it.
There used to, I remember when he used to do, when Mason used to do a lot of tucks on sloops, he would kind of get up to where that kind of canopy stretches over the map, and there's that blind spot there where you can tuck into it.
Just kind of tuck right in there.
Do I already have a mine here? I guess so.
Last night I was just playing and doing some, I just wanted to level up in the skeleton hunting faction, so I was just sailing around shooting down skeleton ships, and after doing a bunch of sloops I was like, alright, I see a skeleton galleon out there, let's see if I can solo this. Bad decision on my part, was not ready for that fight.
Oh yeah, no, a skeleton galleon, that's a tall order.
Yeah, and in my attempted escape, a kraken appeared, and I was like level 4 emissary for the skeleton people, so I was just like, I need to get out of here, please let me live, and just barely escaped with my life, but it was intense. But yeah, so shout outs to Sea of Thieves, still a fun game.
Yeah, I remember this one time I had actually done the Fort of the Damned and with the help of a brig crew, and they were taking stuff back, and they got flanked by a skeleton sloop and a skeleton galleon, and I'm like, hop on my sloop, we're ramming the galleon. I hopped onto the deck and just started killing all of the skeletons, because the thing is, those cannons don't fire if the skeletons are dead.
The skeletons
so I'm like,
aren't there. Yep.
I just kept trying to kill the skeletons so they wouldn't shoot the brig while they ran off and sold the stuff. I think that was one of the high points. I know Brian, back when he was playing, he ended up on an alliance server, and they ended up doing the Captain Flameheart event with all of them on a single galleon.
That's cool.
Yeah.
I've basically just been playing with friends like almost on a weekly basis every weekend, and the other week we did the Ashen Winds thing. And, like, I did not realize how much money you would get from that. We kind of just did it on a whim. And I think a crew had been there before, but they got killed and, like, their ship sank, so they were just gone. And when we killed it, like, it did not take long at all, and it was just a ton of money for us. And it was great.
Man, I remember back when they were still testing out that Ashen Wind skull.
Oh, yeah, that thing's fun. Silly flamethrower. But hey, enough about other video games.
Yeah, speaking of piracy, humans, what are they? So so as you see, I just actually finally got to the tier where I could actually exploit that saltpeter. So now that I have Mark's gunmen of my own, the tide might just be turning in our favor in our war against the British. And I'm besieging their city up here. I'm not. While the city's besieged, I can't build stuff, so I might just let this run out until I can get siege weapons to use against the walls. And I think I'm going to start aiming for Napata to see if I can't... I don't know. Sapar, Napata, I'm not sure which one looks weaker. Definitely looks like Sapar is weaker. So if I'm able to get a good-sized army around it, I might just be able to take it. And 2 city occupations will definitely help bring this war to a close. Which I would like it to end, please.
No, the Forever War. You know how that's good for the economy.
I don't know how dorky this makes me sound, but I used to be on a forum where we did roleplay, where it was essentially D&D, but without the game mechanics. We just picked characters and try to play through a storyline. There was one guy, probably a kid, given all the misspellings, but the concept was after the war, and the description was the economy was failing, so all the countries agreed to have a war. But the war was bad, and the world was devastated, and you were playing characters in, surprise, surprise, after the war.
Hey, a post-war story, you say?
I just found the setup so funny, because clearly it was someone who, like, hey, you know what? There was a economic boom in the United States after World War II. That's just how war works, right? No. Oh, Raul Zumba, thank you for the raid.
Hey.
Welcome to war, humankind. I feel like I have a fortress somewhere I can send this off to. I do, all the way down here where it should be going, because that's where the war is. So yeah, you go down there.
We have our warriors. They need to be at the war.
Oh, the Mongols have fallen, probably to the Aztecs. Yep. Hey, we did, at the very least, we did better than the Mongols.
Hey, we outlived the Mongols.
Oh, and we beat the Aztecs. We got more fame than them.
Take that, Aztecs.
We just got to get like we got to get 3,400 more, and they don't, and the Siamese get nothing, and we'll win.
Is there some level of subterfuge we can do to the Siamese? Can we do something to can you lose fame, or is this just a number you are accruing?
I do not think you can lose fame.
Okay.
In fact, the game seems kind of light on the espionage angle. In fact, because you can build saboteurs, but all you get is it's a stealth melee unit.
Oh.
So it's just they can't really see it in battle. That's it.
It's less I want combat and more I just want to see if we can blow up their infrastructure so they're not so far ahead.
Unfortunately, the only thing that could do that is a war, and I think they've had a lot of time to build things. Like, how would the game estimate our They are stronger, and they have 100% war support. So if they went to war with us, it would not bode
Everyone
well.
would side with them, and they would not care.
Well, it's the thing is they'd have 100, which means they could just take a lot more losses than we could. Speaking of, how's our war
You have
support?
my greetings. but that's
Tied.
all.
So if we're able to occupy one of their cities, we'll get an edge. Okay, I do not want you to actually start fighting them yet. But if you could park yourself right there, that'd be perfect.
Like, if
Meanwhile-
we instantly absorbed everyone other than the Siamese on the map, would we then be, like, on equal footing? Is that how far ahead they are? Actually, at least from
I
the
mean,
number
it's
next to our
honestly.
place, I guess if we absorb third place, we'd be about the same.
Yeah, I mean, and we're allied with third place. So, and our stuff together, and I don't think fame is pooled together, but it's our fame together is almost 10,000 to their 8,500.
So, okay. So, you know, theoretical, there's hope if we all teamed up and ganged up on the leader.
Yeah, which for the moment, at least the Aztecs haven't turned on us like these treacherous Babylonians.
And everyone knows the plan of, like, let's all gang up on the strongest guy is really the Gambit second place always. So it's like, that's never something to
Speaking
side
from
with if you're
experience.
in- you can never go for it in third or fourth place.
The world is becoming more connected. Due to your empire's strength and prominence, isolated pockets of the world have started using your language as a sort of unofficial lingua franca. People from every corner of the globe are learning to speak. Why are we not all learning to speak Siamese? Argue and curse in your language. Amused, you order your staff to pay close attention to these developments. The strategist in you sees a way to turn this to an advantage. Well, that's a science bonus, which I could always use. We could get more money, which is something, but plus 15 when we're already raking in almost 2,500 a turn is not a lot. And we're secular, so it seems like preach is a bit antithetical. So I'm going to go ahead and stick with educate. Give us that science.
Teach us, oh wise ones.
All right.
Jay Nerdland, can we not simply buy the Siamese out? Anyway, we can use our gold to stop this problem.
I think, because even the money-focused civs have. Where is this? Where you're pointing? Where's this fight going? Oh, it's here. Manual battle. Well, where? So where are these guys? Are they not being? Can they not show up in the deep? No,
Are we fighting
sucks.
stealth units? Is these saboteurs?
No, they're standing on top of the reinforcement points. The units can't spawn.
Ah!
So
What
how are
you're
we?
saying is they had a very tactical position.
Then they went inside the walls, so now it seems like they can spawn. Make up your mind, game. What are you doing here?
They're coming
Wow.
from around!
Their
Oh,
camels
boy.
completely demolished our knights.
Uh-oh.
Ugh, and our great swordsmen do not look like they can do well against their draftees.
They do not look all that great right
They
now.
have, man, these guys have a big military advantage from, yikes. Is there just no way you can get an edge over them?
Ekus also with a good suggestion. His vote is always for a political marriage. Yo, Fallen Guardian, thank you for the Prime sub.
So that's how they do it. For some reason, the camel riders are anti-cavalry.
Huh.
I didn't know that, and that seems very odd.
I like that concept, though. Like a cavalry unit that is anti-cavalry.
Though crude and ungangly, camels are also hardy and tireless, making them effective light cavalry. And yet, anti-cavalry bonus. So what's the logic here, game? They're something against themselves? They're they're self-hating cavalry.
I hate that I ride a mount and I will take yours away from you!
Well, unfortunately, we have the downside here of the only units that could really do well against these draftees can't go through the walls. That's why I was waiting for the siege to get. So I guess end turn. There's not much I can do here. Yeah, look at that disparity if they try to attack. Massive. And they can't...
Civil protection saying camels beating or countering cavalry has been a thing since Age of Empire, I guess.
I never played Age of Empires.
Me neither. Oh, and also I'm assuming AoE 2 stands for Age of Empires.
Yeah. Well, luckily we have spearmen, which are going to be good at killing camels now.
Ooh, I like guitar scene. Camelry.
Get moving. Go.
Keep up the pace.
Formation.
It's because horses are averse to a camel's smell. They are historically used to counter a cavalry charge. Huh.
That's interesting.
Fascinating.
And yet that would still kill them. I don't want you to attack over the wall.
Jay Nerdlin, not only that, camels have the power of spit. Horses have no innate ranged attacks.
Oh, that's good. Ugh. Don't kill all my horses. Even on the defense, the draftees are killing my knights. They're way too stacked.
I was about to complain that there isn't a camel Pokemon, but then I remembered Numel and Camel are Camerupt.
Stay together.
I take it back.
We can't do that now.
Oh, that stinks.
Anyways, we'll just back away from that for now.
Yeah, the thing is, if I had ranged units to just shoot over the wall, that would have been ideal. But since everything I have either can't get through the wall or has to fight through it, it's not ideal.
Camels are smelly. We don't want to play anymore.
Oh, but you guys all have gunmen. Here's $2,000. Give me that army. How the tables will turn in like 3 turns when I get these guys up there. I don't have to deal with this. I'm rich.
A little bit of the old screw the rules, I have money.
Pretty much, yeah. Seto Kaiba would be so proud. And we're trying to get even more money so we can screw even more rules.
Yes.
Go kill this unit. Just to make it for that draw. Oh, they ran. Cowards! Wait,
Zerno, thank you for continuing to spread that September cheer with another sub. 51-month streak. Thank you very much.
Now, see, I did actually play Age of Mythology Equisford. That was pretty fun. I haven't gotten that. I saw they have that Enhanced Edition, which adds a trio of Chinese gods. Well, the Chinese pantheon.
Statue of Liberty is a towering
We did
symbol
it!
of unity and
Liberty will help us make
Always the
more
most
money
generous
to win economically.
Liberty, liberty, liberty.
Now we're gonna get sued by Liberty Mutual.
Hey, whoa! There's usually an extra liberty at the end of that, and I didn't do it.
Ah.
It's legally distinct.
Uh-huh. It's like it, but different.
Yeah.
It's a parody. There we go.
Yeah, I'm protected under parody law. Everyone knows that.
Wait. Oh, they moved the draftees out. Well, that's what we need. Because then they don't have that extra defense the wall was giving them. That's exactly what I wanted. The moment I was waiting
Are you
for.
calling us draftee dodgers, Quinn?
No, that's what they're called. Look right here. Draftees.
Okay.
We're draftee killers.
Oh, okay. Oh, they're outside the walls. Okay, I thought you meant like we waited for them to leave.
Yeah, no, it's like for some reason they decided to go on the offensive, even though if they had stayed in the walls, I could not have killed them. Now I can.
Onward to victory.
Oh, it's not like it's not costing me something, but
They can fight back for sure.
well, the main thing is it's both that they're outside the walls and most of my units have that terrain advantage because most of them are attacking downhill. Who else still has to go? Yeah, no, you're not gonna fight. If you fight, you die. Go over there. Go.
And boom.
Really?
Oh!
Ugh. That's probably because he
At
was...
what cost?
Yeah. Yeah, you're gonna have to move over here to make sure they don't take that flag. Now you attack.
It's what we in the biz call a Pyrrhic victory.
Okay, good. So this is what I want. And then you just
Surround their
defend.
walls!
You two. And they're probably not going to be stupid enough to take these. Oh, nope, never mind, they were.
And now they'll hole up behind their walls. They did, they're out, they're out!
Yeah, this ain't total war. Sallying out is not a good idea. Oh, but if you have that many units, maybe.
They had more of the reserves! We counted our eggs before we hatched! Our hubris will be our undoing!
Yeah, hold on. How many units do you have in here? Okay, so you have 6 more that are still alive. Man, you had a lot of... This city was able to grow quite a lot. Use the knights first. Yeah. And have these guys attack from the rear. And then you finish them off. And if they're going to try to attack our flag again, I'm just going to have to make them... They're going to be entrenched, and you do nothing. Just don't die.
Just stay back there. We can't lose you.
Hey, Militarist Stars. I haven't gotten one of those in a while. We've killed so many people, we've advanced as a civilization.
You're really good at murder, and that's saying something.
Alright. So, Oops needs to build something else. I just arranged that. We still got this army up here, which I would rather not be in our borders. Annual. Yeah, you know what? Do that. And then just shoot them. Wow, they're well armored.
Yeah,
outside your line of
bullets practically
sight.
Bounced off.
How is that outside
Is that
your
little ridge out of the way or something?
I'm not sure.
Are you considered like low terrain?
And they can't move and shoot, so that's that.
Uh-oh.
These halberdiers have excellent defense.
Woo!
Okay, but that cost them more than it cost us.
Okay, yeah, going through the walls might have made that harder.
Yeah, no, if you're inside walls, I see no reason for you to ever leave them. Unless it's like you're chasing down one pesky unit that needs to die to end the battle. Slight adjust. Okay, yeah, so here it definitely says the walls are in the way. But I don't want to have them be in melee to do that. Yeah, you know what? Just move them back here.
Cut them off? Okay.
Because that's a high ground. They should be able to have range. I don't know why they don't. But it seems like they're just content to just throw themselves at the wall and get themselves killed, so whatever.
We'll keep trying, men! We haven't tried to walk into their walls backwards yet!
Why do you come here to waste my time?
Because I just want to tease you.
You just
Is this all you want in your war? My one southern province? Well, you're not getting it. I finally caught up to you in tech, so you're no longer a major threat to me anymore. You were, when you had like that big 7th League army, you were, but now you're not. Especially if you decide to trot out your draftees into Stronghold. Silly British. Victories for the Persians. Well, but those pikemen might not be long for this world. Ah, they lived! Alright, you... actually, I still want to see if I can finish these guys off first.
Let's go! Onward to victory!
Just one tough dude standing out there.
Oh,
ready to
jeez.
fight. Oh, boy.
Killed a whole horse! Alright.
Not a
Stand your
whole
ground.
horse.
Stand your ground. Where are those guys down here? Is that them? Okay. Yeah, go ahead and start moving. And the battle progresses without me. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. That's not good. I was really hoping they wouldn't do that, because now I've lost my main terrain advantage. You also fall back.
Retreat!
Because now, the thing is, they're now standing on our flag. We have to retake that hex.
Charge!
These guys aren't pushovers. They're in our camp for a reason.
Yeah, no, you fall back. Okay. Ooh, this is gonna be really costly.
Get ready. Attack!
Alright, and then you swoop in just to retake the flag.
That's right. I did it. Me, the guy on the horse. The only reason we've won.
I mean, that's most of history. Guy on horse swoops in, saves day. For bet, whether he deserved the credit or not. Alright.
Look at me and my high horse.
Alright, live for another turn. Meanwhile, elsewhere in the world,
What's happening on the mainland?
still setting up this army for the battle. It's poor. Go ahead and spend the money. Is there any other unit we can add to that to make it worthwhile? Ooh! This is from the Byzantine era. How long has this not been here?
Hey, how's it going? I was just waiting here.
Let's see. There are already 2 gunmen in that army, and there are none. Oh, there are 4. No, there's 3 here.
None men.
So you would already outnumber them just from... Okay, no, that's all of us together. So why don't you... Oh, you can't attack from up there? Okay, That's interesting. So go ahead and set yourself up there. Well, next turn, I guess.
When you can move.
Yeah, and then we'll hold on, and then we'll start the battle. What should I move on to now? These are science buildings, aren't they? Yes. Well, we could do flintlock and make our riflemen actually better than theirs. I say do that.
Huh. I don't know the accuracy of this, but I absolutely believed it based on the logic. 2 stone slabs saying, in some periods, folks would show off their wealth by serving horse meat at a banquet. Showing you can afford to eat something as expensive as a horse was a power move.
That tracks. I'd buy that.
Yeah, I completely believe that.
Because you had the whole you had a whole class of people, the equestrians in Roman times, the people who were who maintained and owned horses, and that's how you had. That's what the original cavalry was just people who had horses and could afford to keep them. Because that was very much a citizen soldier of at least the early Roman era. All right, you know what? I'm gonna have us. I don't actually. If they get reinforced, it's gonna be problematic. And I don't have any cavalry units. But then again, if they as we've already seen, draftees in the city are actually well armed. So I'm gonna go ahead and maintain the siege. Or I don't get a siege engine, so get assault. I have so many ranged units, I feel like this is the right call. Even though why aren't you guys getting... Is it just okay. I guess it's if the walls kind of mitigate some of the height disadvantage, but if it's more than like 2 steps, they can still fire down. That's my best guess. I'm still not entirely sure.
Something like that.
Alright, so I'm going to have you guys move up, just so something can kind of cushion the blow. Meanwhile, you guys, in your safe spot up here...
Fire down on the ants.
Yeah, no, I can line 3 units up here, and they can't be attacked unless they have a ranged unit, which they don't. So I think this is a good move. So, okay, see, now why can you... Is it because there was a unit in the way? I guess... Yeah, because nothing's stopping them here. I guess it's just because of the unit. Makes sense, game. It's not always clear cut. Ooh, that's brutal. Hold the line! Make Kiriki proud! Oh yeah, charge the people with the guns. Ooh, we might lose our halberdiers over here. Stop it!
Draw near, halberdier.
Alright, you take them. You move one over. You move one over. You start moving over. Oh, yeah, go there. And same for you. Okay, see, why is that not working?
Ready, aim, fire! For glory!
Wow, killed 2 of them. I know these I know
stood
the
no
number of
chance.
people here is kind of an abstract, but still, it's weird.
Rose, shoot!
And then you guys fall
Hitch
back.
the teams. Forward.
Are we talking about eating Pokemon again?
Yeah, they're bringing up one of my favorite classic bits, a joke I never got to make in my Pokemon Abridged series about how rich people eat onyx meat. But onyx are made of rocks.
It's like candy.
Just the line from Ash. These fucking rich assholes and their onyx meat.
Dig aim, fire! Take a knee, fire!
But that brings up the question, what Pokemon would make the most delicious dish? I have to assume to some degree Farfetch'd, because like their Pokedex entry was like they were endangered because people hunted them so much.
Especially when you get to the one in Sword and Shield that had a leak.
Yeah.
That just adds flavor. Alright, so got Sipar. Now we can either turn south towards Babylon, their capital, or turn back north and capture Napata.
Napata.
What attitude should we have to outsider cultures? Well, we need another like 1,000 influence to pick, so never mind.
Doesn't matter.
Alright, in the meantime, wow, that cost us dearly. But we can actually merge these units into a big army now. Alright, now join the fight. That's exactly what I wanted. Because I want you to start shooting. Should have had you guys move. That was that bad move on my part.
Whoopsie daisy.
Keep the pace! Let's get him!
Did we win?
Have we got them?
Yes! Alright, so that's 2 cities occupied.
Hey.
That should really hurt their war support now.
Talk.
That's a big chunk.
You bleed us.
Boom, boom, boom. Way ho.
Now we've just got to hold on to them long enough for it to hurt, and I can show you guys what winning a war looks like.
Are you quinning, son? Asks Welcome to Tiny Train World.
Yes, at long last we are.
Hey.
Oh yeah, now that we've conquered a city, we can clear out the ruins. Because actually the tiles can't be exploited as long as there are ruins sitting there.
Because they're ruined.
Yes. Let's see. Can't do anything about that since that's just occupied.
Whenever I hear the word
now have a
ruins,
city of
it
10
makes me think of that
That
one
tiny
Skittles
first
commercial
settlement is nothing but a
where-
distant memory.
the guy says, I dropped my Skittles into the entire ocean. Then fishes them out later, and the guy goes, ocean doesn't make ruins, it makes new ones. And he gives him more Skittles. It's like the dumbest commercial I've ever seen.
Oh, that hurt me, but I still laughed.
That's one. Stay together. Move it.
Alright. Start healing up. I just want to make sure they can't march anything in here to take it over. Perfect, perfect, perfect. So it's definitely our next target. They've still got a few good-sized armies floating about, so it's going to be hard. Okay, well that's just a navy. That's no biggie.
When you zoom out and look at the map, have like the colors been consistent? Like even if we changed what culture we were?
Yeah, it's always been this color.
Okay. All right. That at least would help keep some things consistent. I could just be like the green nation, the orange nation.
You have my full attention.
Why did you want to talk to me? Is it just so you're letting me know that you're afraid of me? Good to know.
Agreed, Ekus. Another top tier commercial was the berries and cream Starburst. At least I think it was Starburst.
So if I kill 2 more units, I'll get another star there. So as long as the war with them, long as the war with the British keeps going, we'll be good. I'm getting a good money, but building.
We know how the Brits love their wars.
Only if they won them. All money in science, I convert to industry. I do not want to do that because money is the one thing I'm good at. How much would it cost to absorb this city? 30. Well, we'll get that in about 10 turns. It's not like we don't spend any. Oh, we're about to win the war. Oh no, which means we need to quickly have a small skirmish so we can at least get that militarist star. Hold on.
We need extra war credit.
If I had you lay siege to... Oh, you can't see? What about here? Ooh, that would be a tough fight. Especially because of these mountains making it easy to divide our forces. Now, if I attack them from
saying the guy who made the berries and cream commercial hates it? What? It's iconic.
Pearls before swine.
Berries and cream, berries and cream. I'm a little lad who likes berries and cream.
Oh, why come all your units now are navies? You've let me down, Babylon.
If we stay in the water, he can't hit us.
Alright, what world deeds are left? Smorgasbord's pretty hard to get. Conquer each continent. Probably not. Because we'd have to we have to completely kick the British and the... They're not English anymore, are they? I think there's something else. We have to kick 2 whole players off. Spread your influence through an entire continent. That we might be able to get. We have a few stuff we just can't get because of our tech limit. Nuclear weapons, electricity, terra incognita. I mean, we almost did that. Circumnavigate the world. We might be able to do that. Where's the, yeah, it's right here would be the... Have to go find where our ships are, though. I've set them to auto-explore ages ago. Or I could just buy you. Nope, your units. Never mind. I've lost my units! I guess Cincinnati's building a boat. Or
Cincinnati,
actually...
we need more boats.
So for some reason there was a curiosity in this lake, and it gave me a boat. So now it's just trapped.
I hate it when that happens.
Okay, okay, so I was thinking ahead. I just didn't know when it was going to be done.
For this.
There we go. Perfect. All right, you know what? How about you build some forests too? It's been a while. And that pollution is just... It's still at level 0, so it's not too bad, but it's a lot. It's a lot. All right. So you might be able to attack that, but that would also be a hard fought. Yeah, you can't attack from up there. And and I do, so like I said last time we streamed this, I do like how much the geography comes into play, because
Yeah, that's cool.
I have a stronger army, but my limited deployment and the fact that I can't climb these mountains means this battle would be either a slog or just a loss. But on the same, by the same token, it's just kind of hard to find an opportune time to fight. Who is this? Is this a unit? It's a boat. Darn. Just stay there.
Stoop Kid saying they really hope they add ways to reduce pollution beyond planting trees or just completely rebalance.
Yeah, on it. I hope there's a time when they come back to this and take a much keener eye on a few of these features. Like, for example, pollution. It'd be nice to actually be told what pollution does. There doesn't seem to be because for Civilization, there's a whole window telling you how much pollution's out there, like, what it's doing to the world. Here, it's just, this is the pollution.
There's a high pollution level. It's bad.
And even if there is a window there, it's not very intuitive to find. Which, honestly, it goes against the game. Goes against what I've been knowing Amplitude for so long, because the Endless series of games, their user interface is very clean and easy to understand. But for this, a lot of times I don't know what I'm looking at. Alright, so you know what? Go ahead and start heading this way. This will be our first chance for you to see what's out there.
Fog.
And if you connect that, that may actually be a circumnavigation. I'm not sure. Alright, how far down are we? Yeah, we're a bit scattered. But this seems like something we should get sooner rather than later if we're still wanting to improve our money. Almost able to finally gobble up the Velsna.
Velsna.
Oh, and we can claim another wonder. So, can we... Oh, we can double up. All right, let's grab it.
Oh, yeah, Eiffel Tower time!
Perfect. Close victory in the war. Yeah, they better. After all this they've put me through. Might just have them pay me a whole bunch of money. Who should be building the Eiffel Tower? Persian Lament, you're not doing anything right now. Go ahead and plop that down on the other side of the mountains.
We have this tall tower that we're going to hide half of it behind the mountain range.
Oh, yeah, it's like, compare the height. When it's fully built, it'll be the tallest...
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't even notice.
When you see it peeking over the mountains, it'll be so cool looking.
I like how we've kind of grown onto the mountain here. You can see we've got little facilities and factories built up here. That's neat. Didn't even notice. Alright, so you're doing that. Who's helping you? You're occupied. You're almost done. Go ahead. Nope, don't want to rush that, but I'll go ahead and put that there. And now that you're done, Cincinnati, gobble that up. Ta-da!
Hey!
Go ahead and put that. What's that? Okay, yeah, that works. What are the other ruins? What ruins have you not cleared out yet? Is it up here? I don't know where the ruins are. Everything looks fine and healthy.
Nothing here seems ruined.
Yeah, it's only when I mouse over it and it turns green that I know there's ruins to clear, but that's... The city covers a lot of ground.
Yeah, that seems like a rough way to do that.
Oh, we got surrender.
Hey.
Alright, so... it's kind of hard. I mean, luckily it does let you look at the map while you're doing this, but it's also kind of hard to see through. So, we have 160 kind of currency we can spend on getting reparations from them. We can't grab stuff we haven't occupied, so really our choices are a few of the territories and the 2 cities we've occupied. I actually am going to go ahead and try and gobble up that, because that would actually, aside from my allies, give me pretty much majority control over this continent. But that still leaves me with 80 kind of war score to use.
Left over.
I mean, money's always nice, but that's actually, we get more than that in a turn. So if I can get something physical, that'd be good. I don't actually want to get Sapar, because it'd be pretty much undefensible. It'd be surrounded by them. But where's this? Show me where this is. So that would be,
Maradona.
yeah, that's right there. So that may be nice.
Seems like a good swath of land.
And where's Polis? I don't want to get, I mean, that helped me shore up my southern border. So maybe I'll switch that, because I can't get both. Or do I want to get stuff to help shore up Estergrom? Because that's only going to give me one. So maybe Manchir. Where's this? Yeah, maybe that too. Because they'll be able to keep Arai and Ayawadi. Don't know what
What are you talking about?
Yeah, they're not gonna go for that. But if I get that, maybe I should. I can't afford. If I give that up, I won't be able to afford Iwadi. Yeah, it'd be too short. So what is actually in these regions? Can you not show me? Nope. All I know is that there are horses in bronze up here. So maybe, yeah, let's go ahead and get Veltar. And force. Ta-da! And now peace reigns yet again. Go ahead and link that up. Oh, I don't have enough money for it right now. Alright, so stability here is going to suck for a little bit. So I'll actually build a couple theater districts, or sorry, commons quarters to build up our stability. And
Some stables for our stability.
hold on, that should go up to the front because that actually increases stability. There. Alright, so I'll just keep this place busy building stuff to make it a modern Persian city. And these territories will go unclaimed because they don't have a city to link them up right now. Haha, take that. That's what you get when you try to take a swing at the Persians. We can always come back harder than ever.
That's what Persia's all about.
Money, 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 money. I just got an achievement. I don't know if you can see that.
I did not see it, but I'll take your word for it.
Yeah, it seems like the Steam layer is something that isn't captured.
Yeah, it's like it's its own window thing. Yeah.
Alright, why don't you start helping with that? And then when you're done, build that up there. I did not get the circumnavigation achievement, did I? No. Yeah, here it is. So what do they define as circumnavigation? One ship going all the way around? Maybe. Yeah, go ahead and try.
Yeah, it might be a ship needs to make it all the way around the world.
Well, I'll give it orders and we'll see what happens. The Combine, the inhabitants of... Okay, we're gonna... So, if you have another city name, that'd be good right about now, because I'm tired of trying to go Estorum.
Alright, yeah, I've got a city name.
Alright, then you know what? Let's see, the inhabitants are tired of perennial chaos that comes with a lack of official city administrator. Daily life is difficult without clear leadership. As a result, citizens have taken matters in their own hands and formed a number of organized committees in many matters, from agriculture to finance. Do you want to step in? We get fame if we just let it happen, which is...
Oh.
I mean, it's only 15, but it's fame. Or we can increase our city cap, which will finally let our influence be unshackled.
Ooh,
So,
that sounds pretty good.
Yeah, I'm thinking...
Fame is like just straight victory points, sure, but...
Yeah, go ahead and let's finally free our city cap. That's been a long time coming. Alright, let's finally attach that. I'm fixing the stability. Don't all run off.
The stability!
Oh, great. Now we got free units over here. I don't know what are you doing? Where are you going?
Barbarians?
They're rebels, actually. We lost 3 population just because of the low stability. That's them right there. They became units. Alright, so fine, I'll give you some money. Here, 2
With
commons
15
quarters.
commons quarters,
There we go.
providing myriad intoxicating delights,
Go kill
people's
them.
opinion of their leaders
Rebels will
is
die.
good or
There will be no
very
rebels in our territory.
Alright, all gunmen against like 3 horsemen. Let's see how this goes. Automatic.
You can't shoot a horse! Ah!
Man, even when they're on the offensive, it does not go well for them. Reminds me of the... Oh! Jeez. That was pretty much a World War I cavalry charge right there. And hey, we got the militarist star.
Hey.
Alright, the hard knock life. Oh no, are they singing? Though children
It's
can
hard
be...
knock.
Though children can be potent, not to mention cheap laborers, such lives tend to be nasty, brutish, and short. Decreeing education for all would dramatically increase their long-term prospects, but the factories howl that losing too much of their workforce would be financially ruinous. We need these kids to work in our warehouses, says Amazon. In addition, there are those who would be outraged by the interference that compulsory school attendance would entail. It's time to choose a side. Oh hey, doesn't this feel like a familiar question? Well...
Do we send our children to work?
So essentially,
they-
we're making a civics choice here. So we can either completely back down and not have to make the civics choice and get extra industry at the cost of stability, or we can make a choice on the civic. This one gives us science at the cost of money, of which, you know, we have a lot of it. Or we can have money at the cost of science.
That seems like a worse trade.
Yeah, what does the civic look like? Okay, so it adds a slot for a worker, which would increase the overall yield of a city if a worker goes there. And it looks like there is going to be a shift on ethics. So either if we go this route, we're essentially getting a pure science boost, which might be good, it's what we've been lagging in. Or we do this, which moves it back down to a base stability bonus. I'm thinking it might be good to push for educating the children.
Well, you're never too young to learn the value of $1, so I could go either way with it. But science makes a lot of sense to me.
You know what? It won't be a literal compromise, but we will teach them the value of hard work. We'll make them feel like their lives aren't worth living unless they're working.
Sure.
Reaching the
We'll
end of an
teach them
ideology axis.
How good it
isn't
is to have a
extraneous.
job.
Think of it as being focused. Yes?
Oh, why are you
Then
fighting
go
me?
on.
Don't fight me.
I just want to explore.
I'm just exploring the world. Hold on. Can we get like a non-aggression pact going? We've been so... Oh, you're condescending now? Well, then this may not work.
Siam doesn't like that we're learning.
Make you a deal. I'll renounce this. Oh, you still have your own demands. Well, I'm not giving you that, so...
Whoops.
Okay, they dropped it, so we might still get that non-aggression pact. And they refused it. So it looks like circumnavigation might not be able to happen thanks to Siam.
No extra star on our gold star by our name.
Well, luckily we're only 2 stars away from getting to the final era, so...
Hey.
It
We're
looks
almost
like
contemporary.
It looks like the most likely star is 1 for builders, since I only need 6 more districts, and a scientist star because I only need 3 more techs. So I think that's how it's going to go down, and we'll probably get those in just a handful of turns. Okay, so where did you end up? Can you go this way, like stay within the borders, or are they just going to attack you anyway? Oh, they've got ironclads now. No wonder they were so outmatched.
Uh-oh. Shazzelcan asking if we have seen the game Pico Park. I have not.
I've not. I've actually not even heard of that name.
Yeah, I am not familiar with it. Tuk Tuk saying just kill Siam. I don't think you realize they are like the world's leading military superpower.
So I mean, let's just compare our units. This might be their most advanced naval unit. This is our most advanced naval unit, and in a battle, they already retreated, so I don't get an estimate. But yeah, it's an ironclad against a carrack, just like essentially a Sea of Thieves galleon. So a battle with them is not, and yeah, look how much this is their whole landmass. and they're squeezing our ally. A war against them would not end well. We could barely fight off the British, and they were definitely our weaker opponent. Oh, we got the veteran question again.
Oh, what's their problem now?
After winning several
having?
famous victories for the Empire, many soldiers are now coming to the end of their military lives, hopeful for a dignified older age. With a strong nationalistic feeling across the land and many people having family in the Empire's armies, they have much public support. How will you treat your veterans? Oh yeah, let's sideline them. That sounds like a terrible idea.
You get out of here!
So we can either honor them or just flat out pay them.
I mean, I feel like we've got money to burn. But
if we actually
be
pay
better.
them, our ideology will shift back away from getting extra money.
Oh.
So actually
Okay,
paying them seems like will hurt our overall
We'll
income
lose
by a
our
lot.
money even more than what we're paying. Okay.
Yeah, it seems like honor may be the best choice here. Which isn't a bad thing. It's like it will actually make our units cheaper.
Well, that makes sense to me. That might be the way to go then.
Alright, enjoy all the parades, but bad welfare.
Yeah. Oh, welcome to Tiny Train World. It's got a great idea. Why don't we just put them to work with those children? We can have it either side of the age spectrum. They can be learning from their experience while their youth, recharges their old bones.
Or breaks them.
Yeah, well.
You expect greetings? Blades would be more appropriate.
Man, they are mad. We're still getting oppressing the people? What? I guess that's more influence than religion now. But hey, how about a non-aggression pact? We had a war. It was fun.
A proposal for your consideration?
I'm not paying you for that. I'd spend more money on the war, but I'm still not paying you for peace. You go away. I don't care.
All we're saying is give peace a discount.
What a different world we'd live in if that was the actual lyrics. All we are saying is give peace a discount. That almost sounds like the right stuff, the low price.
Peace is available at any price if you're willing to pay.
Just help the city along a bit.
Just giving it a little boost.
Oh, it looks like the Aztecs have finally reached our era with the Zulu.
Hey! The era we're about to escape, hopefully?
Let's see. Yeah, we're gonna have to kick it up a notch when it comes to our district building. But everyone's helping build the Eiffel Towers. Hopefully that'll end soon.
We've been going nowhere.
No.
Shall we trifle?
If you're gonna treat peace like that, I'm not gonna let you buy my stuff.
You will not buy our
Oh, okay,
silence.
yeah. You're just going to attack me again. I know it, but might as well try. Oh, and it's a submarine, too. Or what is that? That had to be a submarine.
Is that a submarine? Yeah.
Yeah, no, it looked like one. Oh, move, move, move. Oh, and we just run it.
Get away!
Yeah, okay, what is that?
Flee!
It's a torpedo boat.
Torpedo boat. Uh-oh.
So yeah, that's definitely that's your caveman versus helicopter situation there. Which is why I can't fight them. I can only see if I can beat them another way, which is going to be hard.
Run!
We still have 80 turns left, but we're still 3,000 fame behind.
Whew.
The Eiffel Tower, proof of what you can do with a bit of iron, a bit of math, and thousands of liters of paint.
Well, hey.
Did they paint the Eiffel Tower? I thought that was just the natural... yeah, the natural color of iron is red, but still.
I guess I don't know.
Ooh, a steam frigate, as well as the torpedo boats. I assume they're attacking me. They're not? Hold on. Okay, so that did work. Go this way. This is going to be a very zigzag circumnavigation. Your goal is to circumnavigate the world while avoiding the Siamese.
Your real goal is to survive. The secondary goal.
Alright, so our industry kicked up, and I have all of these districts. Caravanserai? Caravanserai. It's just that Sarai part that throws me off.
Caravanserai.
That does sound like a cooler way to pronounce it.
Territory. That's the only way you can appease me.
I will see you grow.
Whoa.
Well, guess what's not happening? I'm not... First of all, your treaty proposal was for trade. I offered you peace, and you wanted me to pay for it. So wait, what? What makes you happy?
All we are saying.
Oh, they want me to sign a treaty.
Peace was never an option.
Alright, so... Give me money. Give me science. And give me a forest. I don't want to completely compromise my... There we go.
We are the only thing stopping Siam from polluting the earth to death. Come on.
Oh, well, and speak of the devil. Fall back! Right in the torpedo boat. Great idea.
Towards the torpedoes! Stop exploding, you cowards!
You know, honestly, with this big of a navy, I'm surprised Siam hasn't already gotten the deed for circumnavigating the world.
Come, relax. Let us
Oh,
speak.
great. Now they're at war with the Zulu. Which is the... I mean, the Zulu are the third-ranked power, so that may not be an easy war for them. But also, it's these 3 cities against all of that. I'm not sure I should take... that feels like, I'm coming to your aid, Zulu, and we can die together.
Let us burn as brothers!
So let me guess, you want me to go to war with them? Yes. Well... I don't want to. I feel like that's the one thing I... And plus, I can't do it formally, apparently. So I guess it doesn't really matter anyway.
Leave us alone, Siam.
Nope, and... Let's go ahead and manual battle this, and then automatic.
Oh. Oh boy. Oh boy. Oh, we'll be fine. Everything's cool.
Didn't even have them all go.
And the Siamese king is over there just going, etc., as we sink.
I don't want to cost that stability, but... food still seems to be a big problem. Where can I give you food? Sure. And in the meantime, here's a forest. Here's 2 forests.
Whew. Omega Syntax coming in swinging. When did we grow up to be as spineless as the shrimp people?
I'm sorry, we've been fighting the good fight against opponents that are actually beatable. I'm not gonna throw my head up against Siam so you people can have a circus.
Just terrestrial, I agree. Why does the leader of Siam look like Edgar Allan Poe, but he never slept?
Oh, good question. In fact, you know what? Let's take another look at him. Especially, so this is contemporary era. He can get no more advanced clothing than this, and this is what he chooses to wear.
He's got like an Edgar Allan Poe like head and face, but
Yeah.
he's making like a mouth like a...
Well, and this he has this,
Trailer Park Boys.
and it's not pencil thin, but he has the very, very thin mustache up here.
Thin stash.
Which, when he closes
big
his
scowl.
mouth, disappears completely, so it just looks like he's frowning.
He's just got a big, thick frown. Can't believe this is the leader of the free world.
Oh, and he's in an alliance with the British.
Oh, you don't say.
So that makes things... Well, then you might all get the war you want anyway. Oh, you know what? I forgot. We never... Didn't we get a city name for this?
Yes, we've got a couple city names sitting in the wings if we've got names to give.
We only got one, so just pick the one you like the most.
All right, well, I'm going in order of appearance, and that's given us CM Sully's suggestion of Disarronia. So D-I-S-A-R-R-O-N-I-A. Disarronia.
Is that from something? I don't get the reference.
Yeah, this was when everyone was naming things after alcohols, so I don't know.
Oh, and wait, was it our son or two R's?
It was 2 R's.
Okay.
With 15 farmers' quarters, you'll soon be needing another 15 quarters just for food storage.
So many farmers.
Well, every time a city starves, I have to look at people yeah, right here. Whenever they hit their food cap, I get this one, so they lose a population, and I have to look at people starving. So, yeah, try to build farmers' quarters. So sue me. All right, and I'll pay your contract up again because I like having a bunch of gunmen in an army.
Farmers only over here.
Wait, what was that last one? Matar will enter the sphere of influence of the Siamese in 10 turns. Well, where's that? Ah.
What?
Yeah, I think this is the influence thing.
Oh, so wait, so it's just like the Siamese influence is just so powerful over there?
Yeah, it's leaking into our colony.
Oh,
and
no.
this is probably how they get that oppressing our people grievance, where if they have cultural control, but it's our territory. It's not entirely clear, which seems to be the running theme of this game.
That seems like it's going to be a rough thing for us to stop.
Yeah, I mean, there are buildings you can do that increase your influence production, and it looks like, yeah, we kind of have... Well, nope, the Siamese are kind of leaking onto this continent, too. Heck, not even Cincinnati is completely immune.
Our capital has Siamese influence? Ridiculous.
Yeah, we have majority, but it's a little sliver of British, and then Siamese takes up a third. Edrampt seems to be the one that's completely loyal to the cause.
That's right. Pure loyalty in the town named after me.
The Forge Master's Sin. Well, I like the name. Ooh. One day, a humble yet talented painter requests a private audience. With shaking hands, he confesses to a diabolical deceit. Under one of the senior custodian's guidance, renowned altarpieces from the fabled Notre Dame which is one of the... I got that wonder during the interim, and I built it. Being replaced by counterfeits. Although the originals are being sold to private collectors to fund charitable endeavors to feed the hungry across the empire, the painter still views the thefts as a sin and couldn't maintain the duplicity any longer. It is a most egregious cultural vandalism, but it is also an unseen one. The painter vows he will abide by whatever you choose to decree. What will you do? So it looks like the main thing here is ideology changes, which only one of them actually changes something. And it looks like Overlook costs us money growth, so it seems like that one's off the table. So we can either punish it or enlist it, which means we co-opt the scheme.
My gut says to punish, but I don't know exactly which ramifications would be worse for us.
Well, it seems like either of these doesn't move the pip far enough along in the ideology to actually cause it to shift, but it seems like if we do enlist, it moves more towards collectivism. Oh no, sorry, individualism. It says that right there. Or this one moves it more towards authority, and the difference between those is if we move more towards authority, we'll get stability instead of the kind of half stability influence growth. And if we do more individualism, that will just actually move us closer to the money boost.
Well, it's influence that, like, that's what we're leaking right now, basically, right? Like, is that... if we were able to increase our influence growth, it might be able to fight off Siam's encroachment. Like, that seems like, at least to me, the biggest danger we're dealing with now, since they're already in the lead and they're just going to get stronger.
So if we want to actually increase our influence growth, we will have to move closer to liberty. This will move us away from liberty. So it seems like with all that in mind, the best answer is probably to enlist, which will move us more towards the money perk of that ideology.
Okay, I'm down with that.
All right, the custodian will be discreetly told to stop on pain of death, while the painter will begin making profit for a new master, you.
Hey.
What we do to preserve our culture in counterfeits. Don't ask how that works.
Good night, Eckersford. Thanks for hanging out, and hope the drive in the early AM goes well.
So I do want us to get to the contemporary age this stream, but we are still 70 turns away from the end of the game. So how are you feeling about doing more of this? Maybe leaving it off at just us reaching the contemporary era in a definite second place?
Yeah, like how would you like? Is it looking like it's just going to be a slow crawl to a second place finish at this point? Like I don't know what like turning the tides, how likely that is.
It seems like the only way to keep Siam from gaining fame is to destroy them, but we can't do that in conventional.
We cannot destroy them.
We can't do it conventionally, but you're able to get nuclear weapons in this game, which have the same kind of devastating effect they do in Civ 6. Okay. So if you want to say, pray that this strategic resource right here is uranium.
Some uranium.
And then push towards kind of a very late game conflict, you may still be able to win. But that does mean until you get to that point, Siam is still gaining fame. So it's not like it's not like it's impossible for us to win, but as someone with only 2 weeks of experience in this game, I don't see a way to win.
Slim.
Yeah.
Gotcha. How long do you think it's going to be for us to reach contemporary age?
Well, I only need one more star, and I only need one more tech to get a science star and hit the cap. So I could probably get that in, like, let's see, 5 turns, since that's when the next tech's done.
All right, well, maybe we get to contemporary, we see what it looks like to be modern, and then...
Oh, and we got the merchant star, so we got it. Never mind.
There you go.
So unless I want to kind of clinch a scientist star worth of fame, I may hold on to this. I may still wait 4 turns before getting into the next era.
I could be down with that.
What should I have you go? Let's go ahead and focus on industry. Yeah, no, remind me later. No, not that one. Give me that one.
A city of 20 territories. If this keeps up, the whole planet is going to be someone's backyard.
It was a big
That's
city.
the goal, narrator.
"30 farmers' quarters. The only thing more impressive than that are the citizens' waistlines."
Hey,
Whoa,
that was unnecessary.
Well, he's saying it's impressive. Maybe they're shockingly thin for all the food we have.
You know that's not what he's saying. Flattering though that may be, he's not saying that. It's pretty much the same as if he said, 30 McDonald's.
You know what's impressive? All those burgers you put away.
Over 1 billion served. There are only 300 million people on the planet right now.
Shocking.
Where are all those, where's that 700 million ghosts you've been serving?
I remember at one point when it was like over 1 billion served, and then it kind of just became billions and billions served.
Oh yeah, they gave up.
and then I think they just stopped counting because already at billions and billions, it sounded kind of horrifying.
All right, so here are the cultures we can pick from the contemporary era. We can stay Persian if we want to be boring. We got Australians.
I like Australia.
Brazilians.
Okay.
Chinese.
Ooh.
Egyptians again. That'd be kind of weirdly full circle.
Yeah, I wouldn't mind that too.
Indians. Japanese. I don't know why.
Hey.
This is kind of future tech right here. Swedes.
Hey, all right, that would be pretty fun.
Turks. Americans.
The young Turks. America.
Or Soviets.
Okay.
Let me. So actually, I don't remember the Egyptians being here. What did they get? More influence on their districts, and then their district's influence. So then their units. Interesting. Allied units gain a combat strength bonus when attacking stronger units. So this is actually, if you're behind on tech, this is a good unit to have.
Maybe this is what we're looking for.
All right. Was there any other civilization that specifically caught your eye? Brazil?
I'm curious what Australia does.
They're industrial.
Okay.
So they get extra industry to all cities. So they have a strip mining complex, which gives you a lot of industry, but also pollutes.
I've been seeing some people asking about Japan. We need some waifus and maybe a Gundam.
Blossoming Innovation, which is a discount on technology cost.
Ooh.
Robotics Lab, which is also industrial, but gives you pollution and science. And depending on how well you place it, you get a lot more of both industry and science. And you get a Zero Fighter as your unit. However, that requires oil and I think aluminum, and we only have like one undiscovered strategic resource in our territory, so we probably won't be able to build that. What is actually... The Egyptians only need... Oh, they don't need any tech. They just get the unit.
I kind of like what the Egyptians sound like, especially that whole... It sounds like they're kind of almost poised for a come-from-behind type thing.
Yeah, and the influence boost would help us fend off Siam's encroachment. So that seems... I mean, one, it's full circle. Start as Egyptians, end as Egyptians. And then you also have the Free Officer unit, which seems built for fighting at a disadvantage, and more influence, which again helps us against Siam just kind of converting our territories.
Okay. That all sounds like it's lining up to it works with what we need, and it's a fun full circle move.
All right, then let's go ahead and just go with Egyptians.
Also, thank you, Mariaju, for this up.
Can't say I'm a fan of just putting them in a bland suit.
Yeah.
Actually, you know what? Can we if we went with Japan, how would that look? A black suit. Okay.
So now that we're contemporaries, is everyone just coming in wearing suits? We've all.
I mean, the Australians.
The Western fashion.
I mean, well, we already saw that Siam does get a unique outfit, but Australia, I assume, also gets a suit. Yeah. China? Does China get anything new? Also gets a suit. I must say, I'm disappointed. India has to get... Nope, it's just a suit.
Are we sure? Like, are we sure we weren't seeing Siam as if they were in our era, even though they were...
No, I am 95% sure that Siam does get an outfit. Maybe the Turks. Maybe... Nope, it's another suit.
Yeah.
Maybe if we were a girl.
Maybe America's coming in.
Oh, yeah.
Maybe they're
you know
America's
getting a suit. And the most typical Navy suit you could get. Soviets, probably a suit. Yeah, no, maybe... I mean, if we stuck with Persia, we'd keep our outfit, right? Yeah, but that's... We've had enough of that. We've seen plenty of that. We already saw Brazil, right? They get a suit? Yeah.
Well, they do, but I don't think we saw it.
So, yeah, it seems like only Siam gets it.
Boo! Only the suits are left.
Oh, wait, you know what?
Only the first people.
So the thing is, if Siam got a contemporary culture, it would have been blocked off. They may not. They may have transcended and not actually gotten one of these cultures.
Oh, and maybe that's why they still look like that.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right. Well, let's go ahead and keep with the Egyptians. Get our suit. And hold on.
Boom.
I'll go ahead and
suit up.
Yeah. So we'll get that next turn, but I want to go ahead and check on Siam because I think I can check to see if they still have their culture. Because yeah, I thought they were Polish. Polish in the early modern, maybe whatever. Let's not just drag this out any longer. Go ahead and get that.
Ancient history at this point.
Man, the industry at Oops is astonishing. But let's enjoy the movie.
The human mind, creative, imaginative, and ingenious at turning every single human invention to its most violent end.
All right, buddy. We could be a little more hopeful here.
We pray or hope, looking forward to a future which, with luck, will be counted in millennia, not in months.
Not if Siam keeps running us into the ground.
Yeah.
The Egyptian past has shown ample examples of genius and innovation.
And now you finally get those modern
Can't
buildings.
wait to see their
Look at
glorious
that.
future.
Skyscrapers.
Ooh, geez, a lot of them, too.
We have a lot of districts in our cities, after all. Look at our modern
All right,
buildings.
it looks like it was aluminum. The mysterious strategic resource we got at the beginning of the game was aluminum and coal.
No uranium.
Yeah, no. Well, is that something we can see? Aluminum. Yep, there it is. So yeah, Siam has it.
Of course.
They have uranium. They
The
have
rich
oil.
get nuker.
Yeah. Hold on. Is there any uranium on this continent? No, they wouldn't be able to exploit it yet, so it would be still grayed out. Cuzco! Cuzco! And it was one with oil, too. And that's our allied city. So we could get it from... We don't have the tech to trade for it, but once we do, we could easily get it from the Zulu. That just means we pay for it, but it'd be treated as if we have it. Anywhere else? More aluminum, horses, coal. Yeah, it doesn't look like there's a lot of aluminum, uranium on the map, unless there's some up here.
Low uranium yields this planet. Goku SS400 makes a good point. This is all assuming the Zulus survive.
True. But their one city's pretty safe. It doesn't seem like they want to, unless some. Are they also at war with the British?
What is it?
Oh, they at some point got peace with Siam. So for the moment, they're surviving. Well, it's already 30 minutes past time, and it seems like we have, unless something really upsetting happens, we've settled into an uncomfortable race for second. We actually do can still get stars. It's just you're no longer getting stars to get to the next area. You're getting stars for the fame bonus.
Or you're getting victory points, basically.
Yeah. So it's the rate. It's not like, well, like I said, I don't know the range. I don't know the what's the word? I don't know the path to victory, but that's mainly it's not because we're in a hopeless situation. It's because I only have so much experience with this game that I don't understand all the tips and tricks I could do to say hinder Siam.
I see. Yeah, it does seem like they're kind of just snowballing away with this.
Yeah, I mean, and of course they had that lead back in the first stream before we even hit turn 100. So I wonder how much of that is how much I suck or how much the game maybe isn't entirely fair.
I mean, it could just be a situation where Siam was incredibly lucky with like its neighbors or something and was just able to get a ton of resources for essentially free or very little effort, and then pulling ahead early, and then like I feel like at least every 4X game I've really ever played, an early lead is almost just like, if you know what you're doing, unstoppable.
Yeah, and it definitely doesn't help in this game when you can match up like 6 different cultures over the history and start probably getting a stacking bonus.
Yeah.
So I don't know how much of that is something Amplitude can or wants to fix, but that's humankind for you. If you wanted a sample of it.
So overall, your experience with Humankind, where would you say you fall on it? Like, is this a game you think you'll come back to? Is this one you'll keep plugging away at to figure out different stuff? Or
I definitely want to keep experimenting with different builds and different and luck of the draw with the map. I will say that compared to the other Amplitude 4X games set in the similar kind of civilization mode, Endless Legend, I'd play Endless Legend more.
Okay.
But that doesn't mean Humankind stinks. It just means that of the two, I prefer Endless Legend.
I think that's fair. And you know, like, it's one of those things where it's like, I don't know if Endless Legend really has like expansions or anything like that. If this is looking to kind of grow over the course of time, and this is sort of just a, like, I mean, I know it was a full price game, but
yeah, at this day and age, Endless Legend has, I think, 8 expansions. Which, as I was talking about back when I was talking about Crusader Kings, is a bit of a bitter pill. That you can have the game and have all this stuff, but in order to access these like 6 other races we added to the game, you have to buy 6 expansion packs. So if they do the same thing for Humankind, it's gonna weigh a lot less on my mind.
It's sour grapes, though.
But for now, what it is, as it is. I think if you're hungry for another 4X taste and Civilization is no longer scratching that itch for you, this might be worth picking up. I wish they could give you a demo.
Yeah, that'd be nice.
But hopefully,
especially with games like these where you kind of really need to spend some time with them.
Yeah.
You know, it's
Yeah,
fun.
and it's something where it's like watching it. I don't feel like you can get the full experience. But saying that, I hope you enjoyed these 2 streams of getting getting my experience of it.
If Humankind seems like your thing, definitely check it out.
Oh, until next time, guys. I will be back tomorrow in about 22 hours. And continuing the story of Ryunosuke in the Great Ace Attorney Chronicles. Grim, are you gonna be touching any more Tales games lately?
Yeah, actually, Tales of Grace's F is what I've been playing on my channel. That's about to be closing up, but the new game, Tales of Arise, comes out a week from tomorrow, and I am definitely going to be hopping on that when it comes a knockin'. I'm curious though. I really don't know about the Great Ace Attorney game. Like so I played like the first 3 Phoenix Wright games and Apollo Justice. That is my extent of the Ace Attorneys. What's this new one? Is it good? You liking it?
It is bonkers. I mean,
right?
Yeah, it's so the first you expect the tutorial case to be the most kind of garden variety to get you involved.
Yeah, a simple murder.
Yeah, and I remember the tutorial case from Ace Attorney. I felt like you get that done in like an hour.
Yeah.
Even when you're trying to learn the mechanics. For me, it took 6 hours to finish the Great Ace Attorney tutorial case, and that was honestly not because I got stuck at any point, but just because there was so much material. So it
just a ton of dialogue.
Yeah, it's just a ton of dialogue, and there's so many different steps. It just I obvious, and I was reading out every line, which was great on my throat.
Oh, I'm sure.
But yeah, playing the whole thing out at normal speed still took 6 hours, and every other case has been more than 1 stream because I was not going to fall into that trap twice. Yeah. But I'm having a lot of fun with it. It's a colorful cast of characters.
Is it like are any like returning characters like as Phoenix?
So it's meant to be in the Victorian era, so it's at least 100 years before the normal events of Ace Attorney, and you're playing with Phoenix's ancestor.
I see. All right.
Which is where and apparently the nature of objection is like a genetic trait that's passed down from generation to generation.
If he yells and points, everyone in a room will stop and look at him.
Yeah, and it plays fast and loose with the law, which is, that was my original goal, was to play the Ace Attorney game and then poke fun at this is wrong, this is wrong, this is wrong. But I've been sucked into the theatrics, so
that's what it's all about.
I guess I'm a sucker for it.
Well, cool. That sounds fun. I will probably check that out eventually because I always like those games, and Switch seems like a great place to play them.
Well, if you're doing nothing Friday night, you can come back here at 7 o'clock Central to see me play the start of the next case.
You heard it here, folks.
And to all you out there, I'm going to send you over to, I think, Zito, who is... I was just looking at what he was doing, and I immediately forgot. That does not bode well for me, and I am sorry, Zito. But I'm still sending you over there anyway.
Ace Attorney talk.
Yeah.
Wish him a happy September, everybody.
Awkward silence while I wait for the raid counter to go up, and bye!